This is a lot of y'all right now. Y'all got a serpent that's in y'all ears so deep that y'all need it spiritually, surgically removed. Every time you're on the right path and you're doing good for your life, here come that serpent in the ear. You was going right, but now they try to steer you left. Or that one friend, only thing they want to do is party, but you got goals. You got plans, but they want you to come out and have fun. It's just one party, right? But that one party turns into a party spree. You gotta remove those people out of your life that the only reason that they around you is when y'all bonding off of doing something negative. Whether they only link with you when you're doing extracurricular activities, when y'all going on sneaky link plays, or y'all doing something that you know you're not supposed to be doing. And those be the people that you gotta be aware of. You can't let them have this much influence over you. Where they burrow so deep, now you gotta have a spiritual surgery. I'm curious though, y'all let me know what y'all think about removing the snake from your ear in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. So y'all remember when here go a fact about nature that you probably did not know. How the river terrain is formed. See right here, y'all have two beavers that decide to make a dam. But that dam changed the water flow. And as the beavers transcend, the water flow is still changed. But that slight water flow has a greater effect on the terrain. See, as the water pressure comes, it forces the other side of the land to move. And that continuously happens all the way down the stream. And what the red flags are is where the water pressure pushes the land in. Which according to my calculations, they call these fractals. Now let's see what this look like in real life. Y'all seeing this in real time, rivers actually changing from these fractals. And now I know how the river terrain is formed. Now I know I can't be the only person who this is my first time knowing how rivers is formed. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And remember, if y'all want to know how to get that bag off of social media, comment down below ATM. I'm gonna send it directly to you. Here go a fact about nature that you probably did not know.
If you shot a bullet at ancient armor, some people think it could actually stop the impact. But armor like chainmail was designed to block slashing swords. And plate armor was even better at deflecting strikes, by spreading the blunt force across more area, lessening its impact. But these materials weren't very good at stopping arrows, which had enough energy to enter the armor. So a bullet would have no trouble going right through. If you shot...
Y'all need to start back going outside and connecting with the earth, because they replaced the sole of your feet, the actual sole of your feet, with these rubber soles. So they're really disconnecting you from earth. They're disconnecting you from the very land that your ancestors had passed away in. So the energy of your ancestors is literally in the ground. So in order to retrieve this energy, you have to go back and connect. I understand Jordans is fire. I understand Nikes is fire. But that's not what your ancestors used to do. Your ancestors used to walk around barefooted. So all the energy from them are in the grounds. They are buried in the ground. All of the energy, their blood, all of that went in the ground. So if you want to get your soul back and retrieve your soul and all the energy from the earth, you need to start back doing this. Take time out your day to come out here and connect, bro. There's so many energy in the earth and the planet for you. You need to start taking that a little more serious, or you will be out here blind with no energy, trying to figure out life. Go back and connect and get all this energy that your ancestors left behind, bro, so you can really figure out who you are, man. Peace, y'all, boy. I say, tap in, follow We Can See online if y'all want more of these videos to try to help y'all on y'all spiritual journey. And follow these pages that I'm posting this video on at Arcades Can See if y'all boy want more. I'm gonna be putting y'all on game about a lot more shit, bro. Y'all need to start back going outside and connect.
All right. Yeah, he right though, man. If you're not outside getting that sunlight, pinning your feet in the grass, come on, man. You gotta do that. At least if you're not gonna put your feet in the grass, you know, just walk around in the sun. At least do that. You know, get some of them toxins out of you, because you know if you eating bad, you at least go sweat in the sun for a little minute. You know, please, you know, take care of yourself for real.
But what is an aura? An electromagnetic force field around you. Where does the term magic come from? Magnetic. Magic is the science of the magnetic realm. And you have an electromagnetic force field around you called an aura. But you don't believe in magic though. And that's dangerous. Because you are a Skywalker. You're not from here. For you to accept that you are God and the goddess, you have to accept that you're a Skywalker, that you're not even from here. This is your true story. You come from the Sirius star system, 19th galaxy. Right now, we are in the 999th galaxy of the 9th universe. Each universe has 999 galaxies in it. We are in the 9th universe, all right, right now. And this planet Earth is located in the 999th galaxy in the 9th universe, okay? But we come from the 19th galaxy in this 9th universe, which is where Sirius X is located. We come from the Sirius star system. And you can see the Sirius star system every night when you go outside and look clean up. You can see the 19th galaxy. Every galaxy and universe is in the sky.
Die for knowledge.
But what is an aura? An electromagnetic.
I'm sure I always had like thinking for real, you know? Whether you don't believe them or not, you get to think of like, oh, you might be on to something. Right? Real.
He got it. Yeah, that's the new AI legs. Y'all niggas ain't got these. Y'all gotta get some of these. These bitches don't fall over. You ain't never had a nigga with you that's just, he unclumsy. He just can't fall. Good knock, yeah. Ask him where his mama at. Get to putting the feet, yeah. Put your feet on him. Yeah, that nigga, he unfallable. I like where they going with this. Can they carry the dope up the steps?
That is a weird.
Can they deliver the, yeah, bring me a blunt up the steps, sir. He got it.
Stop and listen carefully. If you get fat, people think you eat too much. If you lose weight, people think you are sick. If you dress well, you show off. If you dress simple, you are poor. If you are serious, you are boring. If you are funny, you are immature. If you speak your mind, you are rude. If you are single, people think you are lonely. If you are successful, you are arrogant. If you are struggling, you are lazy. If you are honest, people think you are naive. If you are dishonest, you are untrustworthy. No matter what you do in life, people will always criticize you. So do what fulfills you. Drop a 100 if you watch this far.
That's crazy. Like anything you do in life, man. Anything, literally anything. People just hate the way you walk, you know, like anything. You just, it's how I be though.
I learned a lot about food, a lot about herbs, a lot about the body, a lot about energy, and all of these things can help people. So, you know, there's a lot of sick people in the world, a lot of people who are struggling and suffering, and they're just not happy. And I used to be one of those people, and I used to wish that my life would end. If I was 20, I would say, oh, I can't stand it I don't know if I'm going to live to be another 20 years. I can't go through another 20 years of what I've been through. You know, my mom would look at me and say, oh, I'm so sad to hear you say that. I learned a lot about food, a lot about herbs, a lot of...
You know, like, I left out knew a lot. For real. It sucks. For her to, like, die that young, you know? For real.
I need y'all to watch this entire video because your shower could be the source and cause of your disease or the downfall of your health in the future. Stay with me.
Ain't no way the water in Arizona this got the shower leg look like this.
What you just witnessed was this man being exposed to heavy metal toxins that destroyed his skin. This is why I stress everybody should have a shower filtration system in their house. Because when you take a shower, you're taking a shower to become clean, right? But imagine taking a shower and you're drenching your entire body and chemicals from chemtrails and aerosols and heavy metals such as lead, arsenic, mercury, aluminum, and other heavy metal toxins, and you're thinking you're getting clean, but you are actually not, and you are speeding up the rate and cause of your disease. So it's 2 things I need you to do. 1, go get a shower filtration system, and 2, get my heavy metal and free radical detox, and it also helps with healing kids with autism. I'm out. I need y'all to watch this entire video because your shower could be the
That's vodka. Oh, really? Oh, that's vodka. That's vodka.
Yeah.
Oh, Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
Did you
much.
find it?
Yep.
Can you go to that last text message there?
Oh, what last?
Can I see your text message?
Oh, why?
That looked like my girlfriend's name that had popped down. And I have suspicions of her doing me wrong, bud. So
I mean,
you kind of look like the guy that was described by the detective that I hired.
yeah.
Do you know an Ashley or?
I mean, I used to, but like I haven't talked to them since high school.
Are you guys like intimate or?
No, I have not talked to them in over 10 years. So.
Don't lie to me. I have a heart, man, and
Look.
I have feelings. Please, so if you just want to tell me, I can handle it.
Look.
I'll walk away and you can have her, but I'm guaranteeing you she'll do the same to you, bub.
But mate, I am not involved with her. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really wish I could help you, but I can't.
All right.
I'm really sorry that you're going through this, mate.
Thanks. You got $1?
I wish I could help, but I'm kind of struggling right now. Oh,
There you go.
thank you.
You're welcome, man. Figure you taking my girl, might as well take my $1 too.
Dan, I'm not taking your girl. I don't even. I'm not taking your girl. I don't. I'm sorry.
Gave him a hug.
Look, I can very much assure you I am in no way involved.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
Love you.
Dang. Dang. That's crazy. Imagine really getting your girl taken though. Dang. It's tough. What I say? He can't possibly like you for who you are if he's never really meeting you. Wow.
And say, oh, you need to have a 3 or 4 phase. Everybody needs one. You just got to get it out of your system. Why is it in there? Why do you have that desire? Why is it within you? It's not a phase. It's something that clings to you and sticks to you. That 3 or 4 phase. What are you benefiting from? A range of experience? You could get that from one person. What are you benefiting from? Variety? So what do you think is going to happen when you're back in a stable relationship with just one person? You're going to start craving that same variety. There's going to be a lot more trauma besides the childhood trauma that you already come with. Now there's going to be this grown trauma of you trying to figure out why you can't be satisfied, why you can't be pleased, why you're not happy, why you want change, why you striving for all these things here, why you want... It's so sad and so distasteful, especially because you have a lot of women who are just aiding and being the demise of their spouse. If he is down, they want to bring him all the way instead of building up. The only person that's supposed to be built up in a lot of these women's minds is themselves. Women say, oh, you need to have a 3.
Now, hold on. Here we go right here, my people.
If you shot a gun at a gas tank in a car, most people assume that it would cause
She do got a point though. Honestly, good.
it to explode. But would this actually happen? Well, the tank usually doesn't have the right amount of oxygen to ignite, and a bullet might cause it to leak, but it wouldn't ignite without a spark. But if there was enough oxygen in the tank, and the bullet created a big enough spark, the chances of an explosion are still low, because gasoline burns rather than explodes.
Right.
If you shot a gun at a gas tank in a car,
I'm not for everyone, and I'm okay with that. If I wanted to be for everyone, I will be you. You're here trying to please the whole world, and guess what? It's never going to be good enough. You're never going to be able to please every single person. Please yourself. Please your goals. Please your mindset. That's who you need to be pleasing, is yourself, not other people. Fuck what anybody else thinks about you. Fuck what anybody thinks you do or don't do. You're spending too much energy and time worrying about what other people think of you. You know who you are. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. Like, who are they? They just have an opinion of you and your life. They have an opinion. You know the truth. And let me tell you, you don't need to prove yourself to people. They don't need your energy. They don't need your time. They don't even need your attention. They don't. You're busy doing you, smashing your goals. You're busy proving yourself that you are that person, that you are that girl, that you are a winner, baby. And when you're a winner, you're not worried about what other people are thinking or doing, because you're too worried about you and winning. Don't worry about them. They're gonna be just fine. Worry about you. Worry about you and improving yourself, because you got this. Yeah. I'm not for everyone.
How is he doing that? Jeez. Do y'all see this? Ow. I have no idea how he's doing that.
And that's what's holding y'all back, negativity, man. Don't give a fuck what nobody say. Do what feels right to you. You know who you are. You know who you are, be you, and I'm me. I'm happy being me. Feel good to be me right now, man. Straight up.
You may not know right where you're going.
They got you eating the butt of a pig. They have you drinking from the tit of a cow, and when that becomes molded cheese, you eat it. They also have you sucking on the bones of a chicken breast, and then they call it soul food, meaning that it's snatching the soul out of your body. That's why you get so tired when you're trying to digest it. And then you label it or name it the itis. When you hear itis at the end of a word, it means it's inflammation. So when you say you have the itis, that means that soul food diet is giving you inflammation. Like bronchitis, that means you have inflammation to the bronchial tubes. The only diet we need is the vegetation. Vegetation runs the nations. It makes you enhance. It makes you feel better. It balances your hormones. This is the medicine given to us from God. It's fuel. We have to stop eating for taste. We have to stop eating for entertainment, and we have to start eating to uplift ourselves. We have apple juice that comes straight from apples without any preservatives. You can juice them yourselves. They even had the audacity to try to take this apple of Eve off the shelves in America because it was enhancing people, healing people. So they're trying to make it illegal. Family, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Remember, your food is your medicine, and your medicine in your food. Apple of Eve is the truth. Please go grab a bottle before they try to make it illegal in America. All praises be to the Most High. Peace. They got you eating the butt of a pig. They have you drinking from the tit of a cow, and when that...
This man might be the real life Avatar.
Alright, you're good.
This is insane.
This guy's a professional airbender, and his videos have been getting a lot of attention lately. If you don't know what an airbender is, it's supposed to be a person with superhuman powers that can supposedly control the 4 elements of Earth. This, for instance, is the first video that he found out that he had these superhuman powers. Check this out.
Alright, let's see if I can really push this. Alright.
I didn't believe it at first, but it gets crazy.
In this video, he's trying to control the wind to create waves on a lake.
At first, it seems like the wind's doing all this, but it's starting to get more convincing as
At first, it looks as if it could be just a coincidence. Yep. But then the next day, this happens. Could be just a coincidence, right? Maybe not. If you pay close attention, only the leaves that he's pointing at are moving in a circular pattern. After he uploaded this video, many internet users left comments stating that this is possibly the real deal, that he might actually have some sort of superhuman power. However, there were many that were still not convinced.
This man might be the real life Avatar.
Alright, here's what a healthy poop is supposed to look like. It's called an S-shaped dark sinker. Equally as good would be a long, smooth log. So if your poop is looking like this, you're in good shape. Now, if you've got these little balls, what I call the meatball poop, or these little rabbit pellet poops, this is a sign of severe constipation. If your poops are lighter in color and floating, this could be some liver, gallbladder issues. And I've got a lot of tips on how to get your gut health so much better. Follow for more natural health tips. Here's what a healthy poop is supposed to look like. It's called an S-shaped.
Poop just looks so disgusting, man. Real.
So I'm sure you guys have heard about this hurricane that has gone through Mexico and then now is headed towards Texas and then going to go up towards Illinois, then New York, and then maybe to the UK. You ever hear something like that before? Let me tell you what the government is telling you to prepare yourself for the hurricane season.
Hurricane season has officially started, and now is the time to get your game plan in place. This year, make sure the first thing you do is get a COVID-19 vaccine.
And don't tell people to get food or water, maybe a boat, so that they're safe from the water. Tell them to get vaccines. I wonder why they say this. Let's look at this. Because back in the day...
That's crazy.
Men, we have to start pushing health.
YouTube, this is all for entertainment.
Because we always talk about money, who got the most money, but we never talk about health. Because the goal is, okay, we're going to teach you how to get the bag, but we got to start teaching people to live long, to enjoy the bag.
The true wealth.
That's right. A lot of people don't go to the doctor. I'm looking at you. You've been to the doctor.
Every year.
And that's the myth. Watch what I'm about to tell you. You pay insurance every month to go to the doctor once a year. Right. So that's a hustle. Yeah. Why would you pay once a month to go once a year?
It's crazy.
I tell people, fuck that once a year shit. You gotta start going every 3 fucking months, because let's say you are sick. And you wait a year because you don't know what's going on internally. Right. By the time you get there, you fucked up. So we got to step our game up on understanding our health, going for walks, going to getting sun, and not waiting till men get erectile dysfunction to think something's wrong with them. Men, we have to start pushing health.
What you're seeing here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory, it has consciousness. This is because water can change its structure depending on the vibrations it comes into contact with. This is where things start to get a bit crazy with words. Placing the word schizophrenia in water and then freezing it shows this image of a double-faced person. This proves that water is intelligent and is reacting to vibrations of the words. Now that you understand this concept, what do you think happens when you are drinking Monster Energy, or with cans which imprinted the word of death? You are drinking crystallized water with the imprinted vibration of death. You are filling 70% of your body, which is water, with the vibration of death. Tap water is mixed with sewage and all sorts of toxins inside of these facilities. Although they may remove some of the toxins from the water, the crystallized vibration of this water is still very bad. The ancients didn't just build beautiful water fountains for no reason. They had a purpose of moving the water so that it restructures the vibration of the water. Water is basically the internet of the earth. It has consciousness and intelligence. This is why you should never place your car keys or your phone next to your water. The energy codes in my bio will allow you to place codes underneath water and then drink it. What you see.
People that's on a low vibration, they're gonna be scared when you start to spread the truth to them. For example, I'm over here visiting my sister in Dallas. Last night, I was gonna enlighten them about some truth about the brain that I've been studying. They said, no, don't tell us that, like, we gotta go to sleep. They said if I told them, then they wouldn't be able to go to sleep because they was gonna be scared. I was just thinking in my head, like, how is that scary? I'm telling you, yo, that it's altering their mind, so they're living in a consistent state of fight or flight that's consistently pulling from the energetic vibration around their bodies. So that vibration is literally shrinking. So it's just making more negativity, more prone to their subconscious. So when it's time to receive the truth, that literally scares them away. That's why people just don't like being around us when we start to tap into the higher consciousness.
So everybody heard about the story about the tortoise and the hare, but the message went over a lot of y'all head. See, because it don't matter how fast you start, it matter how you end. You can't go through life and live through life off of spontaneous energy. You need discipline, structure, and order. That will be talent and luck any day. Because see, the tortoise knew what the end goal was, and the hare was obviously blind to him being in the race. This is why you don't focus on what other people doing. You focus on what you doing. You focus on what your goal is. And don't be a hare where you spontaneously just doing stuff. Have a goal, have a mission, and stick to it. Don't worry about other people's goals. Worry about your goals that you need to complete. You gotta lock in like you the tortoise. Cause we already know that slow motion is better than no motion. So are you gonna be the tortoise where you locked in with the goal, you non-stop, continuously building to cross the finish line, or are you gonna be the hare? You spontaneously doing stuff and never finish the goal. Y'all let me know in the comment. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. So everybody.
No, that's real. For real. That thing didn't even know it was in a race. Come on, man. How? That's crazy.
Fuck! So I was thinking we could spice up our relationship. I think we should add another person to our bedroom. Hear me out. I've been thinking about this. Is it, a MILF? You bugging? Okay, no. How about a black guy? Your friend? A fish? A big fish. Should we post it on OnlyFans? You freak. I'm with it.
He's talking that real stuff on him, man.
Ain't nothing in no cornflakes. What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing in them eggs. Put life in your body. Ain't nothing in that serpent pancakes. I don't care if they are Angel Mama.
Angel Mama.
Nothing. Fried foods. Bacon, sausage. Eating them worms first thing in the morning. Your body got to deal with the worms first thing. And you're wondering why you go to sleep in the middle of the day. Because the worms go to sleep in the middle of the day because they can't find nothing to eat. The bloodstream's rushing too fast. You wonder why at night you stay awake. Because the bloodstream slows down, the body's time to rebuild itself. Restoration. The worms come out to play tag and eat something. You stay awake. You call it insomnia.
Dang.
Ain't nothing.
That's crazy. Dang, like do people really still eat breakfast? No, I can't. I remember like a couple of years back, I would eat breakfast a lot every day. Not no more. It's like in this day and age right now, bro, it's just so hot to the point. It's like, dude, who wants to get up and eat eggs, bacon, pancakes, and all that? Like, no, that's not food, man. For real, it's not. The only thing I probably do is like I get up, probably get me a little fruit, something like that, man. Dang, I was like some peanuts or something like that.
Look at you, bro. You made it. You're actually trying to change your life around, and you actually came so far. I'm proud of you, man, and you should be proud of yourself too. Be positive, guys. I know it's hard sometimes, but just to let you guys know, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Keep on climbing that mountain. Keep on climbing on the journey. Just someday you'll make it.
So apparently we got crabs that's out here eating Mario mushrooms, because there is no way that we looking at crabs that's the size of my couch. Like, what's really going on? Why do we keep seeing these gigantic crabs pop up? And lil' bro look like he want all the smoke. Like, I didn't even know crabs got this big. Like, lil' bro and them actually look like they've been training with Larry the Lobster. And the reason why we probably don't see stuff like this is probably because they will go extinct fast. And the big bad community would just have a field day with this. Like, just imagine a crab leg that's the size of your head. Yep, the obesity rate is definitely going through the roof. because the big bad community would just have a free-for-all. But once again, like I said, we really don't know what's at the bottom of the ocean. Because if we didn't know that it was giant crabs like this, just imagine what else lies at the bottom of the ocean. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about Mr. Krabs' big cousins being spotted on camera in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And remember, if y'all
From kitchen waste to culinary wonder, let me show you how I turn this leftover prickly pear of hope into this delicious glaze that I put on this monster-sized pink oyster mushroom. I made this fire prickly pear juice, and instead of throwing the pulp out and letting it go to waste, I decided to add it to a glaze to put on these pink oyster mushrooms. It enhances the flavor, it adds more nutritional value to the glaze and less food waste and maximizing.
Ooh, wait, that's beautiful.
From kitchen waste to
You
culinary.
know the food good when you get the dancing. You know it's good when you get the dancing like that.
What is going on in the grocery stores in America? I've never seen
Somebody
this
tell
before.
me what's going on at Coke. This is the third 6-pack that I've gotten that does this. They're not carbonated and they're flat.
Makes
like
no
if I
sense.
wanted Pepsi, I would have bought Pepsi. What is happening?
There's something weird in this little jar.
Sauce should not do that.
No.
That was nasty.
My radish was moving like that. Do you see that? What is that?
Seriously, what is going on?
First of all, I soaked this meat in the vinegar, and yes, it changed color. Like, it went from pink to brown. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just the vinegar that got in there. But why is this beef holographic?
Anybody ever seen an asparagus like this? Check this out. Fresh out the box. Look at this.
Now
What
that's
the
odd
hell
for
happened to
sure.
these guys? I have never seen an asparagus like
Like they
that before
morphed
in my
together.
Dog, so this used to be an apple. What the fuck is this?
That's not an apple I've ever seen before.
This was an apple.
Stay
Look
weird.
at the stem.
What is going on in the grocery stores in America?
He said this used to be an apple. What? Cause nah, that did not. Dude, that was like a sponge, fake apple or something. That's crazy. I ain't never seen an apple get that spoiled and it look like that. That's not no apple. It's not
get
no-
paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff, so I make sure I even align and come talk on stages like this.
Man, I was flooded with millions of dollars from the time I was 16. And I woke up one morning, I was like, damn, they got me. Man, look at the shit I spoke about. Look at the shit I put in these people's ears. Man, I feel very wrong about a lot of things. How many lives I actually am responsible for when it comes to my music? How many kids and people have gotten caught or put this shit in their ears and actually hurt someone? And now I'm sitting back like, damn.
It's weird. I've been having these weird feelings lately, and that's kind of why I didn't want to do this song, Shake It, or like any Jew songs, because it's like these songs are activating like these demons that I killed. I don't want to be that girl anymore. Like, I just want to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that old Cardi anymore. She ain't gonna be no city girl.
So Summer ain't allowed to be no city girl?
No. I want her raised totally different. Like, you know, I don't even want her to even see the light of day like that. Like, I really want her to just be like, you know, like level-headed, a schoolgirl, and just on the...
Sad, man. This is why XX Satashan is dead. He was saying this years ago. Yeah, indeed. They don't, I mean, he was saying that. Like, these rappers and stuff, they don't really care about, you know, helping people. They just want to, you know, make money and, you know, cause bad frequency. Put out a bad frequency to the people. It's sad. RP X though, I feel like X would really change. He really did change it for real. He would have really changed it more too for real. That lady. No. We call them the popos, and you gotta go to jail. You gotta pay something. You gotta do something. You're not gonna just stuff all of my stuff like that, lady. No.
Fast. 40 days represents overcoming death. It's the number of days that Jesus fasted for, and I kind of feel like I'm on a journey sometimes. Don't really know quite where I'm headed.
At the end of the fasting, she came to me. I heard the door opening at 2 o'clock in the morning. She said, I completed my fast this morning. I said, what did you see? I saw God. She said, I'm going to make you famous. I said, how?
The Lyrans versus the Draco Reptilian. This cosmic war took place 387 million years ago. Reptilians ambushed the Lyrans planet called Planet Avion. They had an extreme blood loss and was more technologically advanced. Prior to this event, the Lyrans were peaceful and never dealt with war. Lyrans fought valiantly, but the Reptilians were too powerful. These beings were very carnivorous. Reptilians were actually consuming the Lyrans as a food source. Reptilians not only consume your flesh, but also your loosh. They begin to feed off the Lyrans' fear of them. Eventually, Tiamat was made aware of what took place with the Lyrans. Then Tiamat freed the Lyrans from the Draconians' bondage. The Lyrans left planet Avion. Lyrans learned from that situation since and became more technologically advanced. The Lyrans versus the Draco Reptilian.
Stop tweaking about life for a second and look at this image. You are literally a single cell that is wearing armor and grew a lot. Your whole brain, your spinal column, is this, but bigger. You added some meat. And we walk around our whole lives thinking that we are the meat. This stuff, it's all temporary. It's all rented. Our payment is time. So more than anything, this is a call for people to stop reducing God to a single book. Because you think the infinite is gonna just be in a single book. Yes, it can tell you about that, but you can't even think about what the infinite is. We can't even think about what we are. And when you figure out what you are, you will figure out what God is. Stop tweaking about life for a second.
No one should go out there.
You got $1?
For some mysterious reason, in the past few months, there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food. It all started just a couple of weeks ago in the United States when several people started noticing that there was something off about the watermelon that they were buying on the supermarkets.
So I got this watermelon up, and I like to rinse my watermelon before I cut it, and it's like peeling. Does anybody has problems with their watermelon like this? Oh my gosh.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Man, that's so annoying.
There are dozens of videos where people buy watermelon from the supermarket and it looks strange. Sometimes it looks like plastic, sometimes it makes these weird noises, and sometimes, or many times actually, it feels as if it's made out of rubber.
So I cut watermelon for my kids, and they're all bringing it right back, saying they don't like the texture. And I've seen enough videos of people posting rubbery watermelon I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
But it wasn't just rubbery. There was something else about the watermelon that was bothering a lot of people.
Okay, y'all. I threw this watermelon out over a week ago. It smelled really good. Bought it for more. Cut it open, and it was like plastic. Tasting it was absolutely horrible. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I threw it outside. This is a week later. It looks like mud. What's going on?
It was pretty obvious that there was something off about the watermelon and a lot of people were noticing it. But here's the thing, it wasn't just the watermelons.
There you go.
People were also noticing the same thing happening with avocados, blueberries, bananas, and the list goes on.
We got it from the supermarket, but when she opens it and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight and doughy. It looks very, very fake and Play-Doh.
In this next video, Ari Osborne explains how she bought blueberries in the supermarket. When she gave it to her kid, she noticed that one of them looked like it was made out of rubber. Check this out.
It's left in her little bowl and I put it down the drain for the garbage disposal. And I push the button, you know, it's doing its thing, but there's a clanking and it sounds like something's stuck. So I go in the drain and there's a blueberry that's not breaking apart. It's not. I pick it up and why is there a rubber blueberry in my toddler's snack?
She cut it in half and it actually looks as if it's made out of silicone or something like that. Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger. In this next video, a woman tests out the food in the supermarket using a magnet, and this is what happens.
Look at this shit. Put a magnet that I got from here into the great chicken. Let's try for. Look at that shit.
After these videos were posted and became a viral sensation, it made a lot of people ask the same question. Are we possibly eating fake food? What's your take?
Yeah.
For some
I
mystery...
think it's definitely some bull crap for sure. Cause ain't no way we seeing all this, you know. You getting your watermelon all messed up and... No. Say doing something to our food for sure.
Okay, maybe everyone but me knew this, but I just learned from the book I'm reading, I'll put it right here, that the 3 meals a day thing, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is from colonialism and white supremacy. That when the European colonizers came and saw the indigenous people eating when they were hungry.
Yep, trust me, we know. We know to only eat when the sun is right in the middle because we understand the natural rhythm of things. The problem is certain people think they are civilized than the indigenous people. But we've been knowing to only eat once a day and to actually only eat not out of addiction, but when you feel the energy to recharge. That's when we eat. We've been knowing. So decolonize. Decolonize your mind.
Okay, maybe everyone but me knew this, but I just learned from the book I'm reading, I'll put it right here, that the 3 meals a day thing.
Cleaning your teeth ain't the only thing you can do with toothpaste. And if your grocery cart look like this, comment real. I got a special book for you.
How powerful is toothpaste? You won't know until you see the last one. 1. Rice and toothpaste. Mix them to make super glue. 2. What to do when your white clothes turn yellow after a summer. Put the clothes in a basin. Add 5 centimeters of toothpaste, a little bit of salt, an appropriate amount of laundry detergent. Soak in 50 degrees Celsius warm water for 10 minutes. Gently scrub it. You'll have a new piece of clothing again. 3. Toothpaste and white wine. brighten and remove rust. 4. Towels not clean? Put the towel in the sink. Add 1 centimeters of toothpaste, salt, white vinegar, and laundry detergent. Add 50 degrees Celsius warm water. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Gently rub it a few times. The towel will be clean immediately. 5. Toothpaste and laundry detergent. Eliminate stains on mesh shoes. 6. Add Sprite and toothpaste to a bowl. Mix well and pour into a spray bottle. Spray on the wall where kids have drawn. Wipe and it's clean. 7. Open the toilet tank lid. Take a tube of toothpaste. Cut a small hole with scissors. Put it in the toilet tank. This keeps your toilet clean and fresh for a year.
We literally be consuming cleaning products. We need to get away from the processed foods, bro. Get my ebook. This ain't a game. Cleaning your teeth.
That is crazy what a toothpaste can do for real like that. Did y'all hear what it said? It said it can keep your toilet clean for a whole year just by throwing a piece of toothpaste in the toilet. Not the toilet, but you know, the toilet bowl. Not the bowl, but you know what I'm talking about. Y'all saw it. That's crazy though. Dang. And then this is what we use to brush our teeth. That's a shame.
I want you to think about this. The fact that you're given 2 kidneys, not 1, you're given 2. And you fuck up all 2 of them to the point that they're gonna put you on a machine to clean your blood for you. That alone shows that your lifestyle is not good. You're killing yourself. You're living a detrimental lifestyle where your internal organs can't even function. Imagine that. Your inner world cannot even keep up with the lifestyle that you're living on your outer world. And it's the inner world that actually matters. If your outer world lifestyle is literally killing your inner world, that alone shows you that, yo, that's not a good lifestyle for you. You gotta change your lifestyle. You see what I say? Dandelion root is gonna help you with your kidneys. Stinging nettle root is gonna help you with your kidneys. And cleavers are gonna help you with your kidneys to break up the calcification. So dandelion root is gonna help you. Stinging nettle root is gonna help you in cleavers. Especially the cleavers. The cleavers are very good for the kidneys. Okay? And staying away from dead animals, stay away from processed sugars. Okay, stay away from food coloring, stay away from artificial flavors. Okay? Yeah. I want you to think about this.
The astral world correlates to the 4th DNA strand, 4th chakra, and corresponds to the energy wave spectrum known as the color green. A lot of people and humans, when they dream, their consciousness is going to the astral world. If you remember your dreams, it's a very good sign that you have embodied your 4th DNA strand. Now, there's a split in the astral world, and there's a lower 4th astral world where disembodied energies and entities hang out just looking for a frequency match to latch on to a human body. They're stuck in a cycle of reincarnation, so it's important to be mindful if you're going to astral travel or when your consciousness leaves your body to have the appropriate protection. But there's good news. We are now creating new timelines and reconstructing the astral world for true ascension. The astral world correlates to the 4th DNA strand.
And so you shouldn't eat grapes because the grapes nowadays are fake. You see, if you ever walk into the store and see grapes on the shelves, you will actually notice most.
Yeah. These do be fake. Them grapes be trash too. For real. Unless you get like the green ones or something like that. Grapes be trash. And if you get lucky and get some seeds in it, them the best ones, for real. If y'all ever had seeded grapes, man. Yes, them joints hit it, for real. That made me feel like that's really a robot. I mean, Trump really a robot. I mean, if they able to do that, come on, man. just a matter of time.
The mark of the beast. On the North Pole of Saturn, you have the cube. At a pole of sides, it's a 6-pointed star, 6 triangles and 6 sides, 666. The human body is made out of carbon, which is 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Your body is the beast. You are not your body. The Bible even says, for it is the number of a man, and that number is 666. You are the Christ, the intelligence within the physical body. The Bible says, Satan, who's the god of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. The god of this physical world is time. We live in a soul system, not a solar system. We started in the stars, you see the word? We hit Saturn first and then incarnated through the 7 planets, which are the 7 days of creation, the 7 chakras, and then entered the heart, which rearranged means earth. Satan blinds the mind. We forget who we are, and this is shown within the symbol. All of the planet symbols are made out of the sun, moon, and earth. Saturn's symbol is the earth cross and the moon crescent. The sun is the soul, the moon is the mind, the earth is the physical body. The Saturn symbol is showing you matter over the moon, matter over mind, when it should be mind over matter. It's also where the number 5 came from. This is why we have 5 senses, the 5 senses of the physical world. Saturn is basically the computer running this simulation of this time matrix. You are in the game cube of Saturn. Everything in this physical world has 6 sides, up, down, back, forward, left, and right. Jesus cross is an unfolded cube. Your consciousness died when it came into a physical form. Satan is Saturn. 666, the mark of the beast.
Muscles are where you dispose of glucose. The difference between you and someone with type 2 diabetes so bad that they're going to get their digits amputated is an extra 1 teaspoon of glucose in the bloodstream. That's how critical it is that we regulate our blood sugar. And the most important part of blood sugar regulation is having muscles that are big enough to put the glucose into and that are insulin sensitive enough to respond to the signal of insulin. Muscles are where you dispose of glucose. The difference between you...
Bro, do me a favor. Stop living in the past, bro. That girl that break your heart, that friend that betray you, bro. Forget about it, bro. Let it go. Let it go. Because at the end of the day, what happened yesterday is a lesson. But you woke up today. You get to eat today. That's a blessing. Because you have to understand that there's so many people right now that didn't even get the chance to wake up and enjoy their life. There's so many people today, bro, that didn't make it. So stop living in the past, bro. It's like you're driving a car and you're looking what's behind you. Eventually you're gonna crash to what's in front of you, right? Bro, you have to focus on what's in front of you, not what's behind you, bro. Leave it. Leave it. Just let it go. You have a pen right now. You have a pen right now to write your future, to continue the story. Why aren't you doing it? Let's go. Bro, do me a favor.
Letting go is like the hardest thing to do, but you gotta do that, man. For real. Gotta let go. The hardest things for you be the goodest thing for you, for real. Just be like that, man. And the easiest things for you be the unhealthiest things for me, for real.
Hey, my nigga, stop beating yourself up about that shit, bro. Everybody fuck up, everybody make mistakes sometimes, bro. It's a part of life, bro. If anybody tell you they perfect and they ain't never made no mistake, or they ain't never fucked up, bro, then guess what? They lying to your ass. Cause ain't nobody perfect, bro. People can play perfect, but at the end of the day, people ain't perfect, bro. You beating yourself up about the situation, being like, damn, I should've did this, damn, I should've did that. I know it's a lot of things we could've and should've and would've did. You feel me, bro? But that ain't the case no more, cause guess what? It's in the past. There's nothing you can do about it now. You feel me, bro? The past ain't a place to dwell on and cry about and beat yourself up about. Hell nah. It's a place to learn from, to see what you could have done different, and to find out shit about yourself. It go to show you your character. It's like, damn, I really did that. Okay, that's show the person I was, and that's show what I need to work on to be the person I want to be, the person I'm aiming to be. You feel me, bro? That shit not meant to just dwell on and cry about, dog. So the thing I want you to start doing, bro, is beating yourself up about pointless shit that you can't change now, about situations that's over with, that you can't do nothing about now, cause that shit in the past, bro. So just let that shit go and just learn from the situation. That's the best advice I can give you, bro. Hey, my nigga.
A lot of us have been written out of history, and it's called paper genocide. Laws were passed starting in 1700s, 1800s, but the final law that was passed was called the Racial Integrity Act, which was passed in 1924. This act changed people of it took your nationality away from you and reduced you to a racial category. So that would be Negro, colored, things of that nature. So a lot of us, when you look back on your the census reports, you're gonna find that a lot of your ancestors were documented as being colored. Now, when you understand that the original term for colored represented anyone who was indigenous, and what they would say, they would say Native American and black, right? But the point is, black is not a nationality. So when they deal with these, when they say black, they hide in a nationality. A lot of us have been written out of history, and it's called paper genocide.
The only
y'all see that? What's going on right there? That's a little strange, I'm not gonna lie. What's going on?
they're making our food out of people. Next thing they'll be breeding us like cattle for food. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. Promise, Tiger, I promise. I'll tell the exchange. You tell everybody. Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them. Silent breed is people!
Are we eating people? Let me just start by saying none of this is real. It's all for entertainment purposes only. There's a huge scandal with this company. I don't know if I should say the name or if it'll get me flagged, but it's a biotech company that claims to have reverse engineered human taste and aroma receptors. Their product is in almost every processed food item that you consume. Pepsi, Lay's, Gatorade, McDonald's, who has also been rumored to use in their food. But a lot of people claim that this company produces their addicting food additives from cells. Definitely research it. It's pretty creepy. And that is only one example of real life Soylent Green.
And then dump it down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it. And this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities. They're recycling.
I hate knowing stuff about this. Like knowing that type of stuff right there, it just makes you so like, dang, nothing is said. You know, literally, you can't escape nothing.
Eyes, which goes to your pineal, and the photons that come on those angles of light carry messages. And it happens when you close your eyes. Your pineal is stimulated when you close your eyes. Now, the powers that be don't want you to use it, and thus we've all heard of calcification. You can decalcify your pineal gland. So the Vatican know of this knowledge. They truly know of it. They cannot not know of it. And the pine cone sits on the staff of the Pope also. I've mentioned this before. What is this pineal gland that everyone's talking about, and what happens when you trigger it or activate it in meditation, as people always ask? Well, the pineal gland is a very interesting organ in your body, or gland as it is, and it's actually filled with fluid. And surrounded around there are very similar structures to that of the retina of the eye. Now, something which is very, very interesting about the pineal is that it's connected to the same sensory visual part of your brain as what your two eyes are. Now, inside this fluid, they say there are small crystals. And of course, the pineal gland is light reactive, but it is stimulated by darkness. Science has shown us that in darkness, the pineal is stimulated. This is why we dream at night time when the eyes are closed. Your pineal is the thing that conjures these dreams into you, or brings you into the dream reality, as it were. Now, with this little gland in your head, and it is, as I say, filled with fluid which has small, tiny crystals within it, it is ultimately your connection to higher dimensions of reality. It is your connection to the spiritual plane. It is, as it was said, the seat of your soul. Now, the pineal gland, being that connection, is something that should be nurtured and looked after. And as I say, every religion, every scripture, every messiah, every spiritual teacher pretty much has leaned towards this, if not directly, then in a mystic sense. We can look to the ancient Middle Eastern religions, such as things within Egypt and the symbology of Samaria, and you see several constant references to the pine cone. The largest statue of a pine cone on planet Earth at present is situated in Vatican City. So the Vatican know of this knowledge. They truly know of it. They cannot not know of it. And the pine cone sits on the staff of the Pope also. I've mentioned this before. So what exactly is this pineal of yours? As I say, it's a connection to the higher dimensions. And it should be nurtured, cared for, and looked after. Now I see inside there is fluid and there are crystals. Now, melatonin is created within the pineal, and they say DMT is a precursor from this. Just as with Moses had to reach the land, the promised land flowing with milk and honey, milk, serotonin, honey, DMT, and amber substance, serotonin, milky white substance. Thus in meditation you reach the same promised land, the land flowing from your pituitary and pineal of milk and honey. Now DMT, the problem you have is we can't actually autopsy a human being fast enough because of DMT's chemical state to prove that DMT is being created within there. But we know melatonin.
I don't know what's going on with this video.
Watch how Kobe acts when it's time to go on a walk. You wanna go for a walk? Huh? You wanna go on a walk, buddy? Okay. Can I put it on? Sit. Good boy. Paw. Good boy. He is officially pooped. Usually he'd be way ahead of me, but he's right here with it. We almost walked 2 miles and baby boy is pooped, okay? Watch how Kobe acts when it's time to go on a walk.
That's crazy, bro. Like how dogs, it's almost like they really understand what you're saying to them. It's crazy.
If you have hair loss or thinning of the hair that won't grow back, you have a damaged nervous system. And I talk to y'all about this all the time, about how your hair is actually an extension of your nervous system. It's an extension of your nervous system, and the extension is in thermal receptors, environmental receptors, and it sits in something called the Merkel's disc. And what your hair is for, your hair literally scans the environment, brings signals back to alert certain types of amino acid structures that the allopathic community call proteins, and it literally tells you how to interact in your relationship with the environment. If you have hair loss or thinning.
What are y'all still doing in America? Like, this could be 5:30 on a Thursday night for you if you just book a friggin' flight.
We were poor, we had rusty fork, you had a silver spoon.
Alright y'all, so a lot of y'all been asking about bread replacements. We don't really eat bread like that, but if we were to eat bread, I'm gonna show you the type of bread that we would eat. So here we go. This is sprouted bread. So this is Ezekiel 4:9. This is 7-grain sprouted. Sprouted bread, just think that it's going to digest better. It's going to digest better than regular flour bread or anything like that. If you are to eat bread, if you have to have bread, these right here cook really good in the toaster. They soft in the middle when you cook it. Everything tastes really good. If you are into like grainy bread, this one will probably be the choice. If you're into more of like a wheat bread, this will be the choice. Now, these two are sure to digest really easy in your system. It's not going to be around for days or anything like that. But just like everything in moderation. If you need the bread, get that type of bread. The sprouted. Sprouted is good. Don't get the regular bread. That's going to turn into sugar. It's going to stay around for a long time and it's going to be hard to get off. Get the stuff that's going to come out easy, that's going to give you the nutrients. We don't do that sticking around for days though.
Right.
All right, y'all. So a lot of y'all been asking about.
You don't do that sitting around for days stuff. Yeah, that is true. You don't supposed to sit in the house for that long, you know? Supposed to be getting outside, getting the sunlight. And you know, a lot of people don't do that, so they don't know nothing about that, you know? But hey, they don't know nothing about that, so they don't care about stuff sitting in their body, you know?
my god!
Wow. He is lucky. That could have been so bad. Oh man. Ain't no way. Okay.
The fucking squirrel is back. It look evil as fuck. I'm terrified. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, you bitch. The fucking.
She talking about yes, you. Why is the squirrel like me? What?
The squirrel is back.
Nah, I gotta
It
replay
look
that
evil
one.
as fuck. I'm terrified. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, you bitch. The
That is hilarious.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck did this, when, and how the fuck is it fitting in the parking spot like a regular car? How are you driving this around? I'm trying to figure out who the fuck
I'm trying to
did
figure
this.
that out too. They were like a Who made this? That's funny. That's not even funny. That was a bad fall too. I'm not gonna lie, I know that I heard it.
Do you know our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? 1 Corinthians 19-20. I can see your sin showing in your physique. What you doing? Sloth, greed, gluttony? Need to try a little glute day combined with gluten-free. You see, too much pride gonna stop you from learning. Not enough gonna keep you where you at. It's you versus you. Comparison gonna generate a wrath towards others until you realize it's just a reflection of your projection staring back. Come on now. And when you lust to bust before generating trust, you gonna end up envious of the one who does trust before the thrust. So we must adjust our disgust to what it is inside of us instead of what we wish it was. Come on now. You gotta embrace your intuition to reposition your decision. You see, we've been conditioned to seek recognition from the opposition, but that's a contradiction to our God-given mission. If you feel like something's missing, go ahead and comment, CYC. Where authenticity is tradition and we don't need permission to go from being different to making a difference. Here's a proposition. You better get up, get over it, and get after it. Choose yourself and let's get in.
I'll admit, for a while I wasn't a believer. I thought the whole cats pretending to be scared by their cubs thing was just one of those feel-good facts we made up, like elephants thinking we're cute or hippos being anything but nature's nukes. Except it turns out that exact thing has been seen in lions, tigers, leopards, and snow leopards, so there's a good chance the rumors aren't just rumors. Apparently cat moms will actively try to boost her kid's pride like a mom putting mediocrity on a fridge. Old time it's getting the cub confident to get his own groceries when he grows up. But how are we so sure? Well, one, dogs will do this thing called self-handicapping, where boy puppies will purposely let girl puppies win while playing, cause game is game, just only one of them's playing. And two, let's be real, you'd have to have last night on your birth certificate to fall for that. Oh nah, yeah, you're real scary, buddy. But yeah, this was really just an excuse for me to put all these videos in one place and talk about it. So yeah, the more you know, and I hope you enjoyed because I know I did. I'll admit, for a while I wasn't a believer. I thought
so they just do that to like prepare them for like the wild, basically. Right? Yeah, I didn't know that.
You women and for men, but especially for women, if you feel that you're going to be in danger, do you know there's an old ancient science, if you wear purple, that somehow that's a protecting type of energy. Let me give you another one. There's a black dog called Anubis, Anubis or Anpu, that is in the, I think if you can shine the light here, I can show them Anubis. If you're walking late at night and you want to be protected, only thing you have to do is take the black dog Anubis that you're going to find in these Egyptian books, put him on a chain and a leash, and imagine him walking beside you. You don't even have to put him on a chain or leash. Just imagine him walking beside you. I don't want to disrespect. Don't put the chain or leash. Just imagine him walking with you. Either as the picture of as the form of the dog, the Doberman Pinscher, or the form of the man with the dog head, and have him walk beside you, and ask Anpu or Anubis to protect you. I'm not talking about a physical thing. I'm talking about the realm of imagination. It's called creative visualization or imagination. So you imagine the dog Anubis walking you women, and for
CERN has accidentally opened multiple portals all around the world, and strange creatures are coming out. Part 2. They have discovered a new creature called a Dracohound. Their diet has consisted of small berries, rodents, and other vegetation. Another animal that they discovered is called flutterpaws. They've also found forest sentinels, which are beetle-like creatures, eating things like plant matter, fungi, and insects. Now the scary part is they found one of these portals under the ocean. Strange ships have been popping out of them. The technology in these ships are way more advanced than ours, and scientists believe that humanoid creatures are flying these things. Make sure you hit that follow button because part 3 is wild. CERN has accidentally opened multiple portals all around.
Alright, y'all. We're gonna call it right there. Hope you guys enjoyed that, got something from it. You already know we're gonna keep these videos coming each and every day. And I appreciate everybody supporting me and all that, you know. We hit 18,000 subscribers. I want to thank you guys for that one. I appreciate y'all. We only gonna keep going up, you know. This is only the beginning. Alright. But with all that being said, make sure you take care of yourself. I'm sending peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. And hey, if the weather is nice outside, y'all, please get outside and take you a walk. You know, we gotta take a walk. Just sit, you know, just sit. If you got a backyard, sit in your backyard. If you like, you know, just try to get some sunlight, okay? Don't just sit in the house all day, alright? Scrolling. Please, get outside for a little bit, alright? Because I do. I know I do. I'll be out there sweating. So, y'all get out there too. Alright? With all that being said, like I said, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace. Oh, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another one. As y'all already know, what we like to get into on this channel. It's going to be a good one. Stay tuned. Let's get right into it.
How AI is trying to replace prisons. This is scary. You have to watch this.
A facility designed to treat criminals like patients. Instead of spending years in an actual prison cell, prisoners could finish their sentence here in just a few minutes. Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the rehabilitation needs of each subject. The artificial memories implanted by Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real. The Cognify concept offers a new approach to criminal rehabilitation, transforming how society deals with offenders by focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. Cognify is then placed around the head of the prisoner. The intensity and the type of artificial memories is then adjusted depending on the crime. Inside the criminal's mind, time would pass differently, slower than in real life, making them experience years' worth of artificial memories in just a few minutes.
So now AI is trying to replace prisons.
Now that is really creepy though. Like, and this is something out of like a Black Mirror episode for sure. That's crazy, man. I would hate to have to go through that for real.
X was so spiritual, but you didn't listen to him. Look at all these books about spirituality and the occult that he had. He was diving into the power of the mind and healing frequencies. That's why this Tesla quote is so important if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. X was really onto this stuff. He even put healing frequencies in his music. I want you to screenshot this. In 1953, a worldwide agreement, they changed it from 432 to 440. Now this is the A note. Look how much more peaceful 432 hertz is. And some of the benefits of 432 hertz helps in the release of serotonin and endorphin, lowers the blood pressure, stress relief, and relaxation. 432 hertz is a healing frequency. If you want a list of the other frequencies that are healing for you, you can go to my profile and join my free community. I have a whole list of it in there. I mean, just by this picture, you can tell how much more peaceful this is and how disruptive 440 hertz is. But I know that still, even people are going to be like, no, that's not true. That can't be. I challenge you. Pay attention to how you feel when you listen to a song that is 432 hertz. Like this song, Dreams by Kato Kato. Screenshot this so you can listen. It's much more calming. It calms your energy. It doesn't wire you up and make you all anxiety. It calms you. This song, High Off Life, is 432 hertz as well by Kato Kato. Now it's an itch in your head. You're like, is this true? Is this guy telling me the truth? It's an itch in your head. Now you have to find it out. Now you have to find out for yourself. Screenshot this and listen to the 432 hertz song. Much more peaceful for your aura. Kato Kato Dreams. Do it. X was so spiritual, but you did.
Shout out to X, man. He really, he was really on a mission. It sucks that he had to go out like that for real.
Fellas, y'all gotta stay out those comments, arguing and bickering back and forth with each other. Don't y'all know that's a woman's emotion? That is a female's trait, man. I be so baffled when I be seeing dudes in the comments, whether it's my comments or anybody comments. It's just a bunch of grown men, they in the comments arguing with each other. I'm talking about paragraph, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Man, y'all are so emotional, man. Y'all dudes are so emotional, man. The same dudes that be in them comments going back and forth with everybody, arguing back and forth with everybody, y'all are the same dudes that argue with women and female in real life. Y'all the same dudes that can sit back and go back and forth with a woman in real life. We don't do that, man. We don't do that. Let them have that. Get out your feelings, man. Get out your emotions, man. Y'all be all in the comments arguing, bro. That's female shit, man. Let them females do that, man. This day and age, man, I don't know what's going on, man. Y'all tripping. It ain't just the young boys, it's y'all old heads too. Y'all old heads tripping too. Get out y'all feelings. Get out of y'all emotions. Find y'all a purpose. Get focused. Get to the bag and take care of your family.
You know there's no such thing as protein. Body, think about the gorilla. What protein is he getting?
So it don't even come from plants? Like,
not at all. He don't need protein, and he bigger than all of us. He eating green leaves. Yeah. Whatever protein they say exists, got to exist in that.
Yeah. That is a westernized formula that's man-made in a laboratory. How can a white substance help me with my proper nutritional value? You want minerals, such as that sea moss you just took. That's going to provide you with more minerals than that white substance. And
so what about like vitamins and fish oil? Is that any good?
They have their job that they do. When you have black seed oil, why use fish oil? There's always great alternative. And the great alternative is always what? That plant goes into the ground and it extracts all the minerals from the ground, digest them, and then we take that and digest it and get all the minerals that it. You know there's no such thing as protein. Body, think about the gorilla.
He really wasn't trying to get wet. It's crazy.
Aaliyah, what they did with her is
Did you know unforgiveness can make you sick? According to research by doctors at Johns Hopkins, there is an enormous physical burden to holding on to anger.
This is true, but did you also know that gratitude and anxiety cannot exist in the brain at the same time? According to a 2023 meta-analysis, it showed that gratitude actively blocked out toxic emotions like envy, depression, and anxiety. Causative factors of illness are not strictly physical, as they can relate directly to mental and the emotional lives that we live as well. And whether we realize it or not, our conscious and unconscious belief systems and emotions can directly affect our cells, tissues, and organs. This is why I teach mind-body practices like the parasympathetic breath and the butterfly tap to help regulate your nervous system down to the cellular level. I've also written a book called As We Thinketh that talks about what you are affecting with these thoughts and emotions and how to correct those holistically. You can find that in my exclusive community. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I hope this helps.
That's interesting. It's like you can have one without the other, you know? Makes sense.
Everyone is fighting for their own battle, to be free from their past, to live in the present and create a meaningful future for themselves. Don't judge. Have a heart. Everyone is fighting for their own battle.
The deepest lesson that I learned from being paralyzed is that if you can still feel pain, you have the ability to be healed. It's only when you can't feel anything, that's when you're in trouble. Because when you lose touch with your feelings, when you lose touch with that emotional part of yourself, you become a shell. And once that happens, you'll start to do things to fill that void that's unhealthy. So this is when people fall into drug addiction and people start to do things that harm themselves just so they can feel something. That's deep. For the first 4, 5, 6 months that I was paralyzed, I had no feeling at all beneath my waist. But one day I woke up, I started to feel a burning sensation in my toe. And from that moment on, I knew that I would walk again. See, a lot of people don't understand that pain is actually your body's way of healing itself. When you feel pain, that's the first step of the healing process. But a lot of people try to run away from the pain. A lot of people try to avoid pain, and they don't understand that until you can embrace the pain and go through it and understand that on the other side of that pain is a stronger you, right? It's just like if you start exercising and working out, that shit is going to hurt in the beginning, bro. But once you get into it, once you become consistent in it, the strength that you have, the confidence that you have will override that pain. And now you'll actually start to be able to use pain as a vehicle to transform and empower yourself, right? So understand, bro, that if you're going through any type of pain right now, bro, you're on the path to heal it. The deepest lesson that I learned from being
Indeed. When you finally found seeded watermelons. You got a whole truck full of watermelons because they all seeded. I agree, man. Get them all. Why not?
Charlamos un ratito, bebé.
I mean, it's your life. You sold out. You signed that contract. You wanted to be this famous person.
Stomp on a spider, you might end up releasing a swarm of hundreds of babies all at once. And this is because some spiders don't actually lay their eggs in a web. Instead, they have to carry around their egg sacs, which are connected to their spinnerets. Once the sac hatches, the baby spiders will crawl up the mother's back. And if you happen to step on the spider, the babies will swarm the area. If you stomp on a spider, you
The reason that all your computer screens are blue lit, the reason none of them are red lit, the reason none of them pay attention to circadian biology is because that original technology was developed in a government program that Bobby Kennedy knows about, and I happen to know about because I went to medical school at LSU. For those of you who've never heard about Operation Paperclip, you think it's all conspiracy theory. So at Tulane Neurology and Tulane Neurosurgery in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, the CIA started a program there where they would do all these crazy things to monkeys. The CIA wanted to see how they could control things utilizing different things like drugs and things like that. Where the neurosurgeons got involved, which is my clade, we would drill tops of the heads off, put wires into the thalamus, put electricity in there, and kind of see what kind of behavioral changes we could have. One of the guys that was in that program was a guy named Professor Delgado. When he saw that we could control the behavior with the wired device, he said, what if we do it wirelessly? So he checked it in monkeys and checked it in bulls, and it turned out you can do it wirelessly with RFID chips and semiconductors. Then the CIA took it to the next level. They said, well, since this is electromagnetic radiation, what if we did it through light through screens? And it turns out you can. And that's the reason why all your computer screens have the frequencies they have. So why is this all important? Well, the person that set this meeting up between me and Bobby is the patent attorney that made sure that Google and Meta have those things so they can control the things that we all do. Where did the original idea come from that started off in MK Ultra with the CIA? You're going to be surprised when you hear this. It came from the mafia in Las Vegas. They wanted to build a new city in a desert. They enclosed it all, blacked out the windows, invented slot machines that were blue lit, and they found out that they didn't have to take a gun, stick it in your face to steal your money. Then they even got smart. They said, let's give people free alcohol while they're doing that. And they found out they got the money quicker. And that's when the CIA got the idea to start this program. That's really how it started.
Wow, it's crazy.
This is why some people never tell others what they are feeling. Every single time they tried explaining to you what they felt or what they were overthinking about, you just thought they were trying to start an argument, when all they wanted was for you to understand what they were feeling. The loneliest people are the kindest. The saddest people smile the brightest. The most damaged people are the wisest, all because they don't wish to see anyone else suffer the way they did. This is why some people never tell others what they are.
Another day, another delicious sauce for you to enjoy. This time it's cherry barbecue sauce, healthy vegan style, which means I'm using no oil and no refined sugar to make this sauce. However, it's still delicious with plenty of flavor. I'm putting it on some veggie wings, but it's versatile so you could put it on just about anything. And as far as the taste, come on now, you know it's good. So save the recipe and make your own.
Bodybuilding bubble gut. How to get rid of it? I see young people walking around in their 20s and their 30s. They got big swollen face. They got massive big gut because they are bulking. That's needless. You can build muscle without that gut. I tell you what causes that bubble gut. It's all the shit food that you're eating. They cause a bloat in your belly. This guy here, it's got about trillions of bacteria. It's like a city. If you go to a city, put a lot of gangsters in the city, you're asking for trouble. When you eat all the shit processed food that you're eating, high carbs, lots of porridge, lots of all that shit, all that's doing is feeding the bad bacteria in your gut. That's why you got that belly. Listen, if you want to get rid of it, eat the right stuff, feed the right bacteria. You want 85% of your bacteria to be good bacteria. I don't have a gut. I eat 3,500 calories a day. I don't have no fucking gut. Guys, sow yourselves out. I got all of this in my muscle building ebook. Stop wasting your time and get the fucking book. Bodybuilding bubble gut.
Each of us stop wasting your time and get the book. That's funny.
You don't eat vegetable oils. If you just did these things, you will be extremely healthy. Avoid sugar, avoid fructose, avoid fine flour, and avoid vegetable seed oils. Vegetable seed oils made from seeds. That doesn't mean coconut oil. That doesn't mean olive oil, because that's made from the pulp. That doesn't mean butter. It means sunflower seed oil, soy oil, canola oil, all the oils that are manufactured. Those are the ones you must completely avoid. You don't eat vegetable oils. If you just did these
If you lightly
Peace to the gods and goddesses. Lately, there's been a lot of people noticing paranormal activity. I've been having numerous gods and goddesses inbox me. Some showing me different images caught on their ring cam, or orbital structures, ghastly images, apparitions. I had a Gawd recently told me he had to move because there was so much crazy paranormal activity going on at his house. People have been noticing more and more shadow apparitions out the corner of their eye. I've been noticing weirder and more peculiar dreams lately. You may also notice yourself becoming more psychic or more clairvoyant. What I mean by that is you may be thinking in something in your mind and go to scroll in your phone and literally see it pop up right in your face. You may notice you was just thinking something in a movie that you watch and may say it or something like that. The synchronicities may be more on time. It's just everything in the dimensions are overlapping and you're noticing more that the past, present, and future doesn't exist, that we exist on all timelines simultaneously. Also, sometimes it don't even be shadow apparitions. Sometimes you may see actual objects, but may only be visual in your peripheral perspective, okay? In the peripheral spectrum, you may see a whole something completely there. It's not even a shadow, then turn around and it's gone. This is also because I overlay in the dimensions as well. Also remember, it's more than one CERN. It's not just the CERN in Switzerland. They tell you that, but it's multiple companies trying to ascertain the God particle. If you pay attention, you can literally see the matrix crumbling all around us. There's talks of a financial institution and Federal Reserve collapsing. And then we got the alleged assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And then right after that, Joe Biden catches COVID-19. Keep in mind, a lot of these things are also distractions, Cosmic Family. Typically, when the media show you something, it's to basically keep your eyes from seeing something else. Always remember that. There's also been a lot of global technical glitches. Recently, a lot of airlines had to cancel flights and things of that nature from an alleged IT hacker. I personally believe our sun caused the matrix to actually have a lot of malfunctions like that. Just like this picture, the sun is going to actually cause the matrix to break down and expose what it really is. Remember, if you have a soul, you have a sun in you as well. So you are synonymous with that sun. You have a symbiotic connection with that sun. All right, and then pretty soon what it's going to do is going to give you the ability to peer clear through the illusion, and you're going to see all the ones and zeros fall down right in front of you. What scientists refer to or call as so-called junk DNA, or our junk genetics, or deoxyetheric acid, if you want to refer to it as that, is actually coming online. And this is due to our placement in the cosmos currently. There's going to be a merging of your cosmic celestial light body with your corporeal body, all right? And this is why it's imperative and urgent that you remove all parasitic organisms from yourself, as well as cleanse yourself of all harmful toxic metals. This way you have the ability of reaping the benefits of light code activation. Peace to the gods and goddesses.
Yeah, that dog got hopped. Got hopped for real.
This is what really happened to Kanye. Remember that one time when he was exposing everything and everyone, and he said everyone is controlled and they all sacrifice someone? This video.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
He then read this text message out loud in the video, but I'm just going to show you because it took him a while. His trainer said, if you don't pipe down and stop talking, I'm going to institutionalize you, give you medications, you're never going to see your kids again, and you're going to become a zombie. You all know what MK Ultra was, right? It was when the CIA was experimenting with brainwashing and institutionalizing people and playing stuff in their ears so they would forget about their past and act a certain way, blah, blah, blah. Well, his trainer, Harley Pasternak, worked for Canadian intelligence before he was a trainer. Now he trains celebrities. And he said this. Remember in 2016 when Kanye West got institutionalized and he was never the same? He was at Harley Pasternak's house when the ambulance came to get him. So it seems like these trainers, well, this one in general, their job is actually to keep these guys in check. This is what really happened to
that is actually insane that they even have like stuff like that, like MK Ultra and all this weird stuff. Those to show you that we're just like an experiment to them, you know, and see how long they can go with keeping us like this in this experiment.
Why would a loving God allow so much suffering?
I do not know why God allowed evil and suffering. For thousands of years, philosophers and theologians have struggled with that question. They've never come up with an ultimate answer. And I am not going to be able to ultimately answer you. But as a follower of Christ, I have to think. First point, Genesis chapter 1 records that when God created this, God saw that it was good. When God created that, God saw that it was good. So God did not create evil, suffering, and death. But in Genesis chapter 3, we read how human beings rebel against God. And when we told God to step off, to get lost, to remove his act elsewhere, he partially honored our request, and when God stepped back, chaos, destruction, and death entered. So you and I were not born into a fair world. You and I are born into an unfair world. Not because God created it that way, but because the all-powerful God chose to partially limit his power by creating me free. If I haul back and slap this man and turn to you and say, God made me do it, I'm a con artist. I'm a liar. God gave me a hand for the purpose of loving and respecting this man. But because I have a free will, I can roll this hand into a fist and send it crashing into his handsome face. If I have the audacity to say God made me do it, I'm a liar. I have a free will. And you and I live in a world where there's a tremendous amount of suffering, evil, and death that's a direct result of human irresponsibility. Now, why? Why did God choose to create us with free will? Ultimately, I do not know. Well, come on, Cliff. It would be better if we didn't have free will. Then we wouldn't have evil and all this suffering and death. Yeah? We also wouldn't have love. Because in order to be real, love has to be free. If it ain't free, it
Why would a loving God allow so much
You got a
suffering?
point. You got a point. You got a point. I'm not gonna lie.
Why did ancient Egyptians portray themselves smelling a flower?
Have you noticed all these portrayals of ancient Egyptians smelling a flower? Do you know why they did it? Here is the answer. The flower in question is a lotus flower. It held great significance in Kemet. It grows in muddy waters but remains untouched due to a special coating. It represented the importance of remaining detached from the world even while living and working in it. It was usually represented with the god Her-Nefertiti, symbol of creation, beauty, rebirth, and the sun, sit atop of it as its master, pointing to the mouth as the controller through word sound. The act of smelling the lotus was a way to open oneself to the consciousness of the creator. The pose was so intriguing that scientists decided to study the flower. The experiments have shown that the Kemetic lotus has similar effects to herbs such as ginkgo biloba and the drug Viagra, opening the vascular system and mental pathways, thus facilitating expansion in consciousness. So, the lotus symbolized creation, emerging from the murky, disordered waters of primeval potential to establish order and truth, and make way for life, as well as spiritual enlightenment. How did ancient Egyptians portray?
When you see this, what do you think? What's your diagnosis? You might be thinking that, but actually it's parasites. But what about this? You can say, oh, that's just hives. You're having a severe allergic reaction to something, and then you give them steroids or Benadryl, but that's not a good enough solution to the proper cause, which is parasites. What about this? You can say, oh, that's psoriasis. We need drugs for that. Actually, it's parasites. All these nasty skin reactions, dermatitis, parasites. In seborrheic dermatitis, with the white flakiness, you could say, well, it's fungus or bacteria, but parasites will harbor fungus and bacteria.
Did you know that every single part of your body, almost every aspect of how you handle your life, is owed to how you use your breath? Inhale and exhale through the nose, better health, less disease. Inhale and exhale through the mouth to generate energy. Short inhale through the nose, long exhale through the mouth to meditate. Breath of fire, rapid inhale, exhale through the nose for euphoria and energy. Long inhale through the mouth, long exhale through the mouth, releasing trauma. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth in an O shape, deep grounding and body connection. Inhale, exhale through the mouth in a whistle for instant joy. Did you know that every single
That's
part
a
of
lot of stuff to remember. I gotta replay that video. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of breathing exercise to remember. Smart. Pretty smart. I don't know how you did that.
Day by day, I slowly approached the realization that the internet has taught me more than school or college ever has. Come here. Now, the explanation as to why this water bottle trick works has to do with pressure. Now, when the blue straw is pushed underneath the yellow straw, there is so much pressure that the yellow straw can't pull water from the bottle. Now, if you were to lift the blue straw above the yellow straw, it lessens the pressure. Therefore, the water can be pulled from the yellow straw. That or it's just magic, but I'll show you how to do it. Now for this, I used a bottle of apple juice and I used a screwdriver in order to make the hole. Now if you need to increase the size of the hole, just get something sharp and then run it alongside the circle until it increases enough to where you can get a straw in there. For the lid, make sure the straw that's up top is bigger than the straw that's on the side. Okay, it should look like this, and now you have a makeshift water faucet. You just increase the straw and then put it back down, pull it up, and put it back down. So there you go. When you show your friends, they're either going to call you a scientist or a wizard. Either way, I guess I don't mind either one.
Pretty cool.
아이고. 이거 아팠다.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh my god. Whew, he is scared for his life. I don't blame him.
Jeez.
Don't blame him, because they be driving me crazy.
Home from work. Does anyone else just sit in their car outside of my apartment, and I can sit out here for an hour, 2 hours? It's ridiculous. I used to sit in parking lots in my car and just chill. Does anyone else do that? Or am I the only parking lot bum? I don't fucking know. I'm tired. I literally woke up late for work today. I didn't even set my alarm, and I got a phone call from work that woke me up, and I just jumped out of bed. Literally, I jumped out of bed. Here's the funny part. I jumped out of bed thinking like I just had like a sports bra on or something. And I put on another tank top over my tank top. I'm a hot freaking mess, I tell you. A hot mess. I'm proud of it. Embrace it. I look a fucking mess. My God. Look at it. Stay true. I'm just getting home from work. Does anyone else like just sit?
Why do black men love white women and Latinas so much?
Analyzing. Analyzation complete. Black women have insisted that they are strong and independent and no longer need a man. In fact, they are getting more degrees and creating more businesses than their male counterparts. This doesn't leave a lot of space or room for loving and caring for your man. As a result, these men are going towards cultures that are going to be more open and welcoming to him. It is not a matter of skin tone, but a matter of culture. As black men wish to be loved by their woman and not compete with her in every level and aspect of life.
Why do black
I ain't do that.
Oh no, he's about to fall.
Christian, religious, and spiritual people support a devilish music industry. You know that it's nothing that they're talking about in this music industry that has anything to do with God. If Jesus came back right now, which song on your playlist would you show him? Not a damn one. Then you need to look at every single rapper that done ever told you to kill a nigga. Ain't none of them niggas for God. Niggas who will literally say to you, like Youngboy said, I make music that them youngins gonna kill to. Why you not upset with every single industry puppet that's standing in front of you pushing the same sex, money, murder, drugs that God would not approve of? Either you for God or you against God. Ain't nobody gonna be able to infiltrate and mock you if y'all all was real Christian people to begin with. But you walked away from Christianity a long time ago. You're not for God. You're for the devil in this day and time. Real good Christian religious.
Red fruit is for energy and vitality. Purple and blue fruit is for relaxation because it's high in antioxidants. Green fruit is for the digestive system and detoxification. Orange and yellow is for the brain. Whatever feeling you have is your internal guidance system. And if you know the colors of food, you can use this for your advantage. Your pits is not meant to smell. Your breath is not meant to smell. You're not meant to have runny noses. You're not meant to have smelly farts or smelly poos. This is all unnatural food seeping through your skin. We all have a natural odor for our bodies. However, we should not be smelling and it should not smell horrible. If you have any of these signs, you need to go on a fruit-only cleanse for at least a month and start to fast and remove all of this toxic waste within the body. If you are not removing waste from the body, it means it's accumulating within the body, and accumulated waste can turn into diseases. If you are eating 3 times a day, you should be going to the toilet 3 times a day. If not, it is accumulating and building waste within the body. Red fruit is for energy and vitality.
That's crazy, man. Like the foods we really be eating, they really be like messing us up. It's like the skin messing up, all type of stuff. That's why you definitely need to get your fruits in, you know. Whatever, man, just get you some fruits. For real.
Twin, I've been straight locked in for 4 weeks straight. No partying, no video games, no distractions at all. Even to the point where I ain't even left the house so I can go get a haircut. And y'all might be asking me why. Because like I said before, I am going to retire before the age of 30. I am willing to sacrifice this moment right now for my future. I am willing to sacrifice my youth to be successful for the rest of my life. I am willing to sit down and sacrifice my youth for my kids, my grandkids, and my great-grandkids and build generational wealth. And see, what people don't know is you can build a sustainable business just off of one viral video. Who remember the pink sauce lady? That was from a viral video. She started a successful business. Who remember the oil pulling Degora Ronda? That all came from one viral video. If y'all want to learn how to build y'all generational wealth, comment down below ATM and let's get started. Twin, I've been straight locked in for. So how to heal?
All it takes is that one video. Hey man, you take it from there, you know.
Have to make sure that all those things that I just mentioned is working right. Is my blood properly flowing throughout my body? If no, then that means it's something obstructing the arteries and the vessels that's bringing the blood in my body. Usually it's some type of calcification or solidification inside the body due to dehydration. So the first thing you need to do is hydrate the cells. You hydrate the cells by H3O2. H3O2 is what you would call structured hydrogen ion, negative ion water. And this is basically drinking juices from fruit or vegetables. All right. Next two, you need to make sure you're getting the proper amount of H2O in your body. And this H2O is basically H plus OH negative when you look at it in chemistry. This is the first chemical change in what they would call photosynthesis. And this is regular spring water that rolls through the earth on a rock bed that collect minerals from the rocks. So natural spring water. So that's what I did. I loaded up on 40 ounces of fruit juice and vegetable juice a day. And I did 10 ounces of water a day. And I did this for 120 days.
No food, no solids.
No solids at all. So how to heal erectile dysfunction is you have to
Getting crazy. Have y'all seen what the fuck going on in Bangladesh? The government that took away their access of internet, they put them on curfew, and they tried to implement the same thing that they implemented back in 2020. People stood the fuck up and said no. Now it's been total chaos in Bangladesh.
There is a communication blackout, complete blackout in Bangladesh. The banks are closed. You cannot get your money. It is hot. The government has a curfew on the people over there in Bangladesh because there is a civil war. They don't want to tell us on the television. The Bangladesh government doesn't want the world to know what they're doing to their people. There is no internet. People are not being able to access their money. They don't want to give the people back their money. More than 3,000 people, they believe more than 3,000 are injured because of the police brutality. The army, the Bangladeshi army has been deployed in the entire Bangladesh area. The prime minister has left the country and has said that there's nothing they can do right now. The people are being left by themselves to fight against the police brutality. They have the military going on all over the place. They have a curfew, and the students, many students, they believe more than 300 now are dead because of the police brutality. Tell me if this is not crazy. There is a whole civil war on that side of the world, and we don't know. Did you know that there is going to be a massive protest in Georgia, here in United States, because of what's happening in Bangladesh? Of course you don't know none of this, because CNN and all of the news channels here in the United States are cowards and paid by the elites.
They implement it around the world, they're going to do it everywhere else. You think anywhere in your mind that none of that stuff is not going to come here to America, then you need to wake the fuck up right now. Just a reminder, Bangladesh is right outside of China. Y'all remember all this stuff just not happening in China? Them people banks and shit getting closed down. Y'all remember what just now had happened? We had that outage the other day, and a lot of people in South Carolina and shit like that wasn't even able to take money out their banks, swipe their cards. They was just accepting cash. Now, I don't know what's the outcome of it right now, but I'm going to tell you one thing. All of it is just a test. So y'all ass need to start getting ready. Have a nice one.
Look at this dog. Why is it laughing like that?
Hello. Convinced half of the world to not only accept sin, but to celebrate it. Do you know what has been my most enjoyable pride campaign to date?
No, what?
Well, my gay pride campaign, of course. Not only do I get the chance to promote your own self-destruction, I get to use God's logo, the rainbow, to do it. Love is love, right? My plan not only prevents you worthless humans from reproducing, it distorts the gender roles and allows me to bring all types of chaos and confusion upon your pathetic societies. It's been so successful, I've got men convinced they're women, and women convinced they're men, and some convinced they're no gender at all. And I've got 2 more Pride Initiative campaigns I'd like to introduce in the near future. And second is pedophilia pride. Now, society might not be ready for this one just yet, so we'll hold off. I've convinced half of the...
Do you know what love is?
I do. About helping people.
Yeah.
And being kind.
Okay. I like that. Who do you love?
I love my...
Love is?
I do. about
If you fired a bullet in space, some people think the energy would just propel you back. But that's not exactly what would happen. You see, in the vacuum of space, there's no air resistance. And that means that there is nothing to slow the bullet down. So when you pull the trigger, you would be slightly pushed back. But unless it hit something, the bullet would continue traveling in a straight line forever. If you fired a bullet in space, some...
That's interesting.
Nice and pretty already, and we ain't even dropped in the grease yet. About to wheel it on down. This is what you want right here. Ain't only been 2 minutes. Look at that color. Only 2 minutes. Who frying chicken like this? Crispy, pretty. Popeyes ain't doing like this. We'll be back in another 3-4 minutes. All right, here we go, we back. They're floating, they crisp.
Do not worry, I finally found it. It took about 5 different phone calls and I had to watch a documentary about the art of grilling, but I have a couple of names. This is called the Stainless Steel Collapsible Charcoal Catering Grill, or the High Roller 960 Country Boy. Or if you like the lowering factor of things but you don't want to fry things, you want to grill things, this is called the Old Country Barbecue Santa Maria Grill. And I don't think you guys understand, come here, I really don't eat a lot of chicken wings like that. Right, normally I'll have 1 or 2 depending on the occasion, but when I see all of them cooked like that in unison, right, where the oil looks so clean right before they're about to dip it in there, and I hear all of them frying like that, and I get, honestly, I want some mac and cheese, I want some biscuits at that point, and then at that point I want about 15 of them. All right, I want about 15 chicken wings, and don't even try to ask me anything because I won't even hear it. I will be simply eating my food and minding my business.
Nice and pretty already.
I agree. That chicken do look good. Now that's better than frying a snake. Last time I seen that was nasty. Alright.
This is what's really happening when you listen to the radio.
Songs are spells. That's what chants means. If you look in French, the word chants, it means song, but it also means a spell. The things that we say, that's why they say you got to be careful. Life and death resides in the tongue. Everything that we say holds value, it holds weight, and it has the ability to trigger things.
Be careful what
So
you
imagine
listen to.
when you take that and you put that to melody and you put that to song that holds you and rocks you. Whatever is embedded in that sound is now embedded in you. It's been proven scientifically. The human mind cannot refuse any information transferred through sound. Now think about all of these records that when you listen to them, you heard them a million times, whether you liked it or not. Matter of fact, how many songs did you not like that you ended up liking later? Yep. Man, I hated this song. I like this song. They kept playing it.
Mm-hmm.
You had no choice but to like it.
What do you think?
Programming.
This is what's really happening when you listen.
Stuff and programming.
Can somebody please explain to me what in the entire fuck are we looking
wow.
at? I know
Is
this
that
is
a
not
chicken crab?
And the craziest part is I'm not even surprised. We have new Pokemon characters every single day now. Like, just imagine y'all walk outside, see
What is that?
busting out trampoline squats, taking pears off y'all tree. And nowadays, you don't know what to believe because there's a strong possibility that this could be AI. Or we got a Dr. Doofus ass nigga running around here splicing jeans again. Or the final option is a chicken that somehow, some way plucked some crab cheeks and created this. All I'm saying is if I see something like this, it's gonna sound like the 4th of July or New Year's. Gonna be a lot of boom, a lot of bangs, and a lot of pows. Because I don't think that this abominable creature is supposed to be here. Let me know y'all thoughts.
You said a lot of booms, a lot of bangs. So he's gonna set that thing on fire? Like, dang. That's messed up. But dang, I ain't gonna lie. Imagine walking outside, you see that. Come on, man. You gotta shoot that thing. Something you gotta die. Crab leg with chicken. That sounds like a good meal. What happened? Oh my god.
If you drink too much water, the excess will fill up your stomach and get absorbed into your bloodstream. This can eventually cause your brain cells to swell up, which pushes your brain into your skull and increases the pressure. And depending on your size, if you drink around 6 liters of water in a few hours, your brain would swell up so much that you could go into a coma and die. If you drink too much water,
that's crazy.
The excess will fill up.
That's insane.
Yo, Pastor, praise the Lord. Why would you do that? Yo, Pastor.
Pastor. Okay, my healthy friends, never ever do this. Never buy your kid a backpack, a thermos, or a lunch bag with their name on it, especially if they're traveling alone from school. This is a bad idea because any stranger could see their name on their lunch pack or on their backpack. The stranger could go up to them and say, "Hey, Sophie," or whatever your child's name is, "your mom told me to pick you up," and who knows what may happen. I want to know, do you give your kid a backpack or a lunch bag with their name on it? If you enjoyed this video, follow us for more just like this one. And as always, guys, I want you to stay safe and I want you to stay healthy.
What person's doing that? That is crazy. That would be a bad parent, for real. Bad parent right there.
Somebody said I put honey in my face. Well, guess what, goddess? You wouldn't need to put honey in your face if you do a proper detox and cleansing of your blood. You see, all these different type of skin products that people sell on Instagram, that should look like a joke to me, because you don't need all them skin products, this for your face and the face mask. You just need to clean out your insides. Remember, your skin is a manifestation of what's going on in your inside. So when you have a terrible skin and you got spots, it is dirty. But notice everybody want to put on all this type of skin products to give you clear skin and good skin. Bullshit, foolishness. Clean out the inside, then the inside will basically start to reflect on the outside. You see what I say? And that's all you need. One of the main things you want to focus on is this gut. Okay? Keep this gut clean, all your eczema problem is going to be gone. The gut and the kidneys. Listen, if the gut and the kidneys are clean, you're good to go. You're going to have beautiful, clean, clear skin. All this extra shit that y'all put on your face masks and cucumbers over your eyelids, and all this type of shit, laying down, laser lights on your face, it's a waste of time. It's bullshit. Clean out your insides, and then it will be a reflection on the outside. That's all there is to it. Somebody said I put honey in my face.
Some tonsil stones get so big that people try to pull them out with tweezers. And these stones form when debris like food and dead cells get trapped in the crevices in the back of your throat. Over time, this debris collects and forms into a ball known as a tonsil stone. Now, these stones are usually knocked loose by your mouth movements, but they can sometimes require a formal removal. Some tonsil stones get so big.
Stop, you're not gonna want to miss this. Some people are calling this man a superhero because he learned how to channel his chi. They interviewed this man on the news, and this is what happened.
This is nothing, okay? It's my burn.
He felt
like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker.
Channeling your chi.
He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how chi can also be used to set things on fire.
Chi setting things on fire. Are we seeing this?
When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset and refused all our future efforts to contact him again. As the years passed, we sadly resigned ourselves to never seeing him again.
So y'all remember all them patents that we was telling y'all about? That was telling us we really got super abilities? Oh, you thought it was a game. It's not. I'm finna channel my T2 and have superpowers. Stop.
I feel it. I feel it.
In the comments.
Man, I really want superpowers one day, for real. That would be so cool and just go outside and just go fly somewhere. You don't need an airplane or nothing. Man, that's dope. For real.
Best way to gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species on the planet would be to completely divide them from the love within themselves. As soon as they are old enough to begin creating an understanding of who they are, force them into a system that teaches them that it is wrong to be yourself if yourself is different from what is accepted as normal. Confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. Require their daily attendance at an institution that makes them focus only on the information that is provided. Make them attend that institution from age 5 until an adult and repeatedly test them on the information so that it becomes their truth. Give them an explanation to everything so that they never have a chance to make their own assumptions of the world. Scold them and humiliate them if they suggest an opinion that opposes that of their authorities. Keep reminding them of how cruel their ancestors were to each other in the past and broadcast how cruel they are to each other in the present. Only show them tragedies on the news so that they live in fear and think the worst of one another. Convince them that their species used to be that of an incognizant wild animal. Make them think that their very existence is so incredibly random that they lack purpose and struggle to make sense of a creator. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever been so that they don't question the integrity of the system that they're in. Provide them idols with artificial beauty and use them as examples of what it is to look perfect so that they are never content with their own appearance and can't help but to compare themselves amongst each other. Best way to gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species.
Yo, have you ever grilled on a piece of wood before instead of a grill? This is no ordinary piece of wood. This is Western red cedar wood, which is made into a grilling plank that you could soak into a marinade or a vegetable broth, add it to the grill, add your food directly onto the plank, and it's gonna infuse it with a nice smoky flavor that should improve the texture. To me, food is all about adding the right textures and flavors. I've never tried this before, so I wanted to try it on camera. Let's see how it goes. After cooking all the water out of the mushroom and marinating the mushroom, I smoked it, and oh my God. Plank was a success in my opinion. The food was really flavorful, very smoky, but cooking directly on the wood actually slow cooked the lion's mane and allowed the smokiness to infuse the lion's mane more, but also it didn't burn it or char it too much because it had this layer in between. I would most definitely use it again. Thank you for watching. Peace. Yo, have you ever grilled on a piece?
There is also a breaking headline tonight involving Russia. The Pentagon just confirming reports that Russia likely launched what's called a counter-space weapon capable of attacking and possibly destroying U.S. satellites. It's now in the same orbit as a U.S. government satellite. So let's get right to ABC's Martha Raddatz on what this means. Martha, what have you learned?
David, this has been a significant last Thursday that Russia launched this satellite into low Earth orbit, a satellite that the Pentagon does believe is capable of attacking other satellites in low Earth orbit. This video from Russia's military appearing to show that launch. While there's no indication that Russia plans on attacking other satellites, and it is not the first time Russia has done this, when asked if the Russian counter-space weapon posed a threat to U.S. satellites, a Pentagon spokesman said it's a counter-space weapon in the same orbit as a U.S. government satellite. The deputy U.S. ambassador to the UN is calling this launch troubling. David?
Troubling indeed. You'll continue to track it for us, Martha. Thank you. There is also a break.
All right, so here we go right here.
Getting
death threats since last year. I ain't never stopped teaching. I went harder, nigga. This shit started on Facebook. The real no. Kicked off Facebook for 6 months for telling y'all the truth. Then we went to Instagram. Instagram started blocking me for telling y'all the truth. Nigga, don't nobody get blocked more than me, nigga. Nobody. Nobody. Average motherfucker would have been folded. I'm still 10 toes. You don't know the half of what a nigga go through just to present the information to y'all. This shit ain't just hit me from the internet. Nigga, they start death threats in real life. I didn't stop teaching y'all. That turns into cases. How I kidnapped my own son. So what does that tell you? All this man doing is getting on the fucking phone and talking to us, man. Who the f*** been getting death threats since last year?
Here's how I grew over 100 pounds of food, starting with potatoes. First, I folded my Amazon boxes like this and filled it with soil and compost. Then I sowed my potatoes about 10 inches apart and gave it a good watering. Here's what it looked like after 1 month. I gave it another boost of fertilizer, and just 3 months later, it's ready to harvest. All I had to do was yank up the boxes and collect the spuds. Seriously, this was the easiest plant I've ever grown, and it will now be a staple in my garden. We harvested about 30 pounds to share with our friends and cooked the rest. I sliced the russet Burbanks and turned it into the crispiest waffle fries. Look at that. John chopped the red Norlands and made the most delicious roasted potatoes to share with our family and neighbors. For our Cal Whites, of course I had to make my favorite scallop potatoes. This was unbelievably good. Like this video and follow along to learn how to start your garden today. Here's how I...
That's crazy. She didn't even get no crazy stuff. Like, she used some boxes at first, and then she upgraded to this. That's, hey, goes to show you, hey, you don't need the best of everything. Just start with what you got, you know, what you have. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that, got something from it, got a little laugh in, all that good stuff. Well, that being said, send peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Make sure you take care of yourself, and if the weather is nice, please get outside in that sun, alright? But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.
Would you rather be on child support for a kid you know ain't yours, right? Or wrestle a crocodile? Would you rather be on child support for a kid you know ain't yours, right? Or wrestle a crocodile for a minute?
Man, please, what that man Steve say, bro? Steve Irwin, what cronky, bro? I'm gonna be outside. This beauty right here, this crocodile's big enough to eat me in one bite. If I'm not careful, I'ma wrestle it.
Would you rather be on child support for a kid you know ain't yours?
I think I'm gonna do that. Wrestle a crocodile. He not finna do me like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going overseas.
See, I knew there was something going on with this place. Look at this. Now tell me what lives back here to build this. I'm telling you, all in these woods, there are trolls and beings that walk around at a certain frequency where you can't see them. This is my new shroom spot. I'm gonna do shrooms back here. Yeah. Because I bet you all these trees are gonna come alive and begin to teach. And you have to be at that density to be able to receive that information, because if you're a regular density, which shrooms take you beyond a regular density, right? You're able to see the beings that you're around because now you match their frequency, which means that in that state, you're not going to reject them, or you're not going to run from them. You're not going to be scared of them because you are them, and you forgot that you are them. But what is this? Because something took a lot of time to build this. And it's interesting how they don't want you back here. See, I knew there was something going on.
Anytime you catch yourself thinking, anytime, just remind yourself, this thought that you're having really has no meaning to it. You're giving meaning to it. It's just a bunch of words and images, okay, bro? That's all it is. You gotta free yourself of this shit. You have to. You have to liberate yourself from the mind. You have to. It is the movie The Matrix, part 1. Watch the movie The Matrix, and every time the machines show up, tell yourself that's the mind, and you can interpret it the way I interpret it. Anytime you catch yourself thinking,
that's crazy, man. Like, it's like your thoughts are really not even your thoughts. When you really think about it, it's like when you just sit there, like, just y'all ever just sit there with your thoughts, Try that, man. For real. You just have all type of thoughts. Like, they just be flowing too. They just be going. Especially if we got them type of thoughts that just be racing. That's crazy, man. And you know, you are in control of them thoughts, for real. You could feed into them, or you know, you don't have to.
Quick thought. This is for all the meat lovers, right? And everybody who potentially eat meat when you know your body can't digest it. You know how you get parasites inside the body? Eat meat. All meat have cysts. You're right. So if you look at what a cyst is a sac that protects the parasites during the stage of development. That's why I don't care how well you cook the meat. I don't care how well you freeze the meat. It's cysts inside that meat. Then once you cook it, it's still intact. Once you eat it, the environment calls for the cyst to crack open and release parasites into the body. So everybody who eat meat has parasites in their body. Now, the cyst and the boils and the bumps shows up on your body as a cyst. If you look at the cyst and see what the cyst is, it's just a sac, a shell that holds parasites. That's how they stay alive to carry themselves through another cycle. Stop eating meat. Quick thought.
The years aren't real, bro. Those of you who are already familiar with my channel, y'all know this shit, but for my new subscribers, bro, the years aren't real. Even some of y'all might even know this shit. Like, the years aren't even real, bro. Like, all this shit is just a man-made construct. We follow the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar is our oppressor's calendar. That's not our calendar. That calendar wasn't put in place until ancient civilizations got destroyed. The new year actually comes around during March, April type shit. And it's really not even a year, it's an energy cycle. So you can say the new energy cycle comes around in March, April type shit. The years aren't real, bro.
I agree, for sure. Years are definitely not real, man. This is just, it's just energy. Because the thing about it, every day is a different energy day, for real. Every day is not the same, for real. Even when you think it's the same, it's not. Something completely different happen each and every day. It's crazy.
Part 2. Alright, so these ancient trees we had, right? I'm gonna call them elder trees. Yeah, elder trees. Real talk, elder trees. So what are elder trees? Bro, I'm telling you, these trees, man, they used to be so fucking big. Imagine 10 Empire State Buildings on top of each other. Found the mountains are the stumps. If the mountains are the stumps, imagine how big the tree was. Bro, this mountain goes through the clouds. Imagine how big the tree was. And look, I'm gonna tell you how they kill the game even more. This is a stump right here. They using the weather manipulation technology and they freezing the top of the stump, keeping the stump from growing back into a tree. The trees are still alive. They didn't uproot the trees. They just cut them so they can grow back, but they freezing the top of them. Remember, cold weather ain't real. Remember, cold weather is technology brought to us by a race called the Dark Elves. It freezes and kills nature, and the elder trees are nature, so they freeze in the top of them, keeping them from growing back up. Like, bro, some of these trees were so big, bro, that just seeing them would defy everything that we know about physics, the earth, all this shit. We lived in them, creatures lived in them, dragons lived in them, all types of shit. They was bigger than anything else on the realm. Some of them was located on several chakras of the planet, all types of shit. But stay tuned, I got more information about this on the way. Part 2. Alright, so these ancient trees we had.
Hey, yo, peace. There's power within your authentic expression. You know what that means?
Rappers been doing this for years because the power of frequencies can really
anytime.
These are 3 powerful frequencies that can change your mood. This entire time, rappers been doing this for years because the power of frequencies can really alter how you feel.
I can target certain parts of the mind. If I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that because music is frequency programming.
For number 1, 440 hertz. This is also known as a sad frequency. If you ever listen to sad music and it made you feel worse, this is the reason why. It targets your emotional state, which is why they put it in sad music. For number 2, 808 hertz. This frequency is inside most rap music, and that's why some songs can make you want to crash out. This has the power to change your entire mood, but listening to too much is not good for you. And keep in mind, y'all, this is all done on purpose.
The 808 exists in the lowest chakra. It's an actual sound in the track that you don't realize is there that is fucking up your entire frequency.
And for number 3, 110, which is the fear frequency. This is meant to make you feel anxiety and discomfort, which is why it's mainly used in horror movies. And for some reason, this frequency has a very powerful effect on our body, which is perfect for jump scares. That's why knowing frequencies is very important, so that you're only listening to your music on the best frequency. So I created you a full frequency guide. It has a list of all the best frequencies.
God damn!
What are the 3 primary animals that people eat?
Chicken, beef, fish, pork.
Okay. You look at all of those animals. Are any of them carnivores?
No.
None of them eat meat. So if you're eating something that didn't require meat to build its own protein, then why do you need to eat that to create your own protein?
Here's the problem. Vegans are lost when it comes to what protein really is, the science behind protein, and what you need to assemble protein. Let's look into it. 1, Europeans name protein after themselves, after their biology, after the biological components they need, after the building blocks of the structures that they need. So they called it amino acids. What does amino mean? Pertaining to or containing any of a group of organic compounds of nitrogen derived from ammonia. The basis of their biology is nitrogen and ammonia. But in Hugh Melanin, the indigenous people were carbon-based people. So the basis of our protein structures are carboxylate acids, not amino acids. Now, nitrogen lacks hue, so it generates pale tissues. So cow, pig, chicken, them are amino acid-based proteins. Nitrogen-based proteins, good for Europeans, not the indigenous people. Bison, bass, sockeye salmon. These are excellent foods to build carboxylate acids in the indigenous people's body. Like and share this video for part 2.
What are the 3 primary...
That was good. I don't know. He right. Why would they? They don't really eat meat. So how are they getting their protein? Right? It's crazy, man.
Satan is you. It's the part of your mind that wants the fame, the money, the status, and the power. That is Satan. It's an aspect of your mind. God is the higher mind that wants the love, the intuition, the wisdom, the knowledge. That is God. Demons are your emotions that possess your body, your mind. That's what a demon is. It's all metaphorical for you, the battle between your mind and your body. You need to sync your mind and your body so that you can live in harmony, which is heaven. It's all metaphors, and until you realize this, you will continue to blame the devil to bringing negativity in your life. You manifested the negativity in your life. You are a result of your thoughts. Where you are in life is a direct manifestation of all the thoughts you have thought in the past.
I've literally created a library for astral projection, esotericism, occult.
When you eat the fruit, you should eat the seed. There's a tribe of folks in northern Pakistan called the Hunza. The Hunza people never get cancer. When the tribe was first discovered, their average age was 160. The Hunza people's favorite food to eat is apricot seeds. They take the apricot seeds and squeeze them and get oil out of them. They put the oil on their skin and the women don't wrinkle. They're really good looking at 70 and 80. Jason Vale teaches, he said, cancer cannot survive in a body of a person that consumes apricot seeds. Did you know bread used to strengthen your heart? They learned years ago if they take out the vitamin E, the lecithin, and the omega-3 fatty acids, they take them out of the wheat, make the bread with white flour. The bread lasts for months. But the people started dying of heart attacks and strokes and circulation problems. See, it's a simple formula. The whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. When you eat the fruit, you should eat the seed. There's a tribe of folks...
Wow, the whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. He really said that. Wow.
Brother man, I normally even speak on topics like this. I kind of let Fredo handle that, but considering the circumstances, I just felt like I was the best man to let you know that he was finna give you peace. Now, when you wake up and you reviewing the footage, you watch this back, you gotta keep that hand up when you're throwing that haymaker, so you can protect your chin at all times, cause I ain't gonna lie, this time it's a little too late. He finna knock your chin between the earth and the moon, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get it back when it come back out of orbit.
These are the worst McDonald's secrets exposed.
Who loves a side order of chemicals? The salads are dusted with propylene glycol to keep them crisp and fresh. This is also used in their sauces, glazes, and hotcakes. Propylene glycol is a less toxic version of ethylene glycol, which is found in antifreeze. Sound appetizing? A common additive used in their food is calcium silicate, which is a white powder primarily used to prevent cement and roof tiles from caking. And what about the chicken nuggets? Less than half half of a chicken nugget was actually chicken, and the rest was a combination of preservatives like TBHQ. TBHQ has been proven to be unsafe for consumption, with side effects like loss of vision and liver failure. So try not to eat too many of them. With the use of many chemicals, your meal is likely to look the same for years to come. Mold cannot grow. So when the chicken nuggets, burgers, or fries are left out, they completely dry out. But it's been a mystery as to why the buns do not get moldy. This is a little bit concerning when we think about putting this food in our bodies.
Nah, McDonald's is definitely trifling. But the reason a lot of people eat this is because the healthier options is hard to find. And that's why I put together a full guide of all the best foods to eat and how to avoid the worst. And it downloads directly to your phone so it's easy to access. Just comment the word grocery to get a link sent directly to your DM. Enjoy, family. Love y'all.
These are the worst. You know what's crazy, y'all? Them burgers should be so low for real. But if you go get some watermelons, some grapes, you pay almost $100. Dang, you know? It's crazy just to get some healthy food for real. Sad. I feel like the fruit should never cost that much. All that processed food and stuff like that make us pay extra for that, you know? A fruit should be no more than $2. That's just how I feel. But this is how everything is going, so.
Aliens and UFOs. Let's talk about it. Real shit, bro. They really got people. Real aliens, bro. The real aliens been living here the whole time. Like the word alien literally has a lie in it. Like alien, A-L-I-E-N. Like alien, a lie. You feel me? They kind of like trick people into believing the aliens is like way out there when really they right here. Like the Draco reptilians, right? Everybody know they been here the whole time. You feel me? And it really only a matter of time before they forced to come out. Bro, the vibration on the planet is changing. These beings can't keep their forms no more. They can't stay on the ground no more and all that shit. On the ground it's getting too hot. So eventually they gotta come out. If y'all didn't know, man, it's a new disorder coming out where literally people see demon faces. The veil is breaking, bro. These beings can't keep their forms forever. They dead at telling you don't trust what you see right now. Aliens and UFOs. Let's talk about it. Real shit, bro. They really got people. Real aliens, bro. The real.
Hey, y'all hear about this? Some studies suggest that sperm is a natural antidepressant for women. I ain't reading the rest. Go ahead and head for the whole post. Shit, ladies, y'all better get the swallowing. But nah, I'm sure it depends on your diet too. If you only on Casamigos, backwoods, and fried chicken, then that shit probably battery acid. Me, ladies, I got that tropical smoothie for you. All I did was search it up, and that's the first thing it said. Think of it as a multivitamin for each ejaculation. 1 teaspoon of semen contains over 200 protein, with vitamins and minerals like vitamin C, zinc, calcium. The citric acid throwing me left, but you are what you eat. Semen is a natural antidepressant. It helps you sleep better. Can help slow down the aging process. Can lower your blood pressure. Lowers the risk of prostate cancer. Could be the next all-natural fire extinguisher. Anti-anxiety. Mood enhancement. Longevity. Can increase your lifespan. Can prevent liver disease and liver cancer. It helps with your brain function. It's good for your teeth because of the zinc. And boom, it's good for your head. I don't know about putting it in your head. We talking about swallowing. Pause. And it's good for your skin. There's some places that charge up to $200 for some semen facial cream. So damn, if she a spitter, she really a quitter. And she a spitter, then quitter. Cause she don't care about her life. Hey, I just looked it up. Y'all do your own research. I ain't saying nothing. Don't be swallowing no gonorrhea though. Ladies, make sure you're not allergic either.
That's crazy. That's how you know, like, it has that, like, stuff hold that much power, you know. So you don't supposed to be releasing that type of stuff now, for real. Especially on, like, some pointless stuff, like, come on. You gotta keep that energy, man, for real.
Particularly for our men. Our
That's
men
right.
are dying primarily from heart attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what it is? Because men don't express themselves outwardly. They got to be man up. You know, don't, you have a problem, deal with it. With women, we go in the room and we cry and we talk about it and we share and we, swap what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. So that hurt and that rage or that sadness or disappointment, it doesn't just fester in the heart. Because healing is not just physical. Healing is physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, financial. Everything is in that heart. So the heart attacks and the strokes, it's a backup of all the relationships that didn't work, all the disappointments, all those who promise it didn't happen, the heart becomes broken and wounded, but not just physically, emotionally first, particularly for our men. Our men are dying primarily from heart attack.
This is exactly why time has been going by so fast. A recent report just said that Earth has been going by faster than usual, to the point that they have to skip a second just to keep up.
You just add a second to one day to keep everything aligned.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
Government is frequently grappling with time. It was the government that created the time zone.
Now, multiple people have reported on how fast the clouds have been going by, but also pointed out on how this may actually have something to do with CERN, because every single time they use their particle accelerator, people start having all these dreams.
During CERN's opening ceremony, you can see that they show a clock moving back and forth rapidly, which could be symbolic for whatever's making people feel strange about time currently.
Now, generally, the Earth's rotation is not perfect. It goes up or down by a fraction of a millisecond. But suddenly, it appears to be consistently faster and faster. And so why is this happening? Well, no one knows for sure. There are some ideas floating.
This is exactly why time has been going by so fast. A recent report just said that Earth has been going by faster than...
Time been moving real fast lately. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you wake up, it's already... Seems like it's like 4 o'clock already. For real.
We really have free will if God knew exactly what was going to happen? Which brings me back to a second question. Why make us when he knew that there will be sinners and people who didn't accept him? And in the end, he knew he had to put people in hell. Like he knew in the beginning of time that there will be people born in different cultures, different religions. Yet he still made us, knowing that these people will never accept him. This brings me back to my third question. Is there a chosen group of people? And why make the people who are not going to accept him in the beginning only to just throw them in hell? Brings me back to another question. So if he's all loving, why is he gonna throw his creation into hell for eternity? So why make them in the first place? Another question. God is all loving and we know that. So if he's all loving, why make a creation that he knows will receive damnation in the end? On the spiritual path, I've asked these questions to so many people, including priests, and yet I still haven't gotten the answers. I'm curious as to what you guys think, so comment down below. Do we really have free will if God knew exactly what was going to happen? Which brings me back to a second.
Bro, this is crazy.
America doesn't want to hear your thoughts on Jesus, and, you know, keep that stuff at home.
We couldn't say, oh my God. We couldn't say JC, we couldn't say G. My son, you know, I know. Yeah, we can say G's. You can say G's, but not God, sus. Yes, yeah. Unless you were praising him, and then you could say.
Issue with sin. It makes us, our sin that's in us makes us do those things, and the only salvation for this sin is the gospel. The only way to really cure that what's on the inside is understanding that Jesus Christ died for our sins. And so to me, on a micro level, it's understanding.
Nope, and just like that, we lost him.
And in second, I gotta thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. This day means so much more than putting on this green jacket. In many ways.
If we all follow the teachings of Christ, their whole system will crash, and we would turn up as humanity. The main teachings of Christ was the laws of nature and love. They gonna continue to hide the truth from you, bro. That's crazy. I'm doing Bible study every Wednesday at 7:30 in my Discord. I also have a community where you can connect with like-minded individuals. Comment life so you can join. Bro, this is crazy.
I'm just saying, man, like, why would they do that? Like, if it's not, you know what I'm saying? If it's not real, why would they do that? Like, why are y'all just cutting them off like that? That's crazy. Hey, they know something we don't know.
The reason children, when they're first born, they don't remember anything is because the only things that they remember at that time are still the memories of their past lives. Okay, yeah. If you can somehow, I guess in the brain chemistry, access those memories and still be able to remember them and speak them out, it's stuff about like the past that you can remember. But as you get older, obviously those memories get erased and then you're filled up with the new ones.
Yeah. What if it hits that brain like nerve and then all of a sudden you're not even Carlos no more, you're like the guy in the mountain that was in your past life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
That would be weird. because a lot of people, when they talk to me, they're like, yo, Carlos, I feel like this isn't his first time living. You know what I mean? Because I've heard that many times because it's like, I don't know, you just do a lot. But I don't know if that's because of past lives or
I
like,
don't know, yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Maybe like how you said that you want to do a guitarist, but maybe you were a guitarist back in your past life.
If you were the creator of the universe, how would you want the world to be? If you were to go back in and play it, how would you do it?
I have no idea.
I thought about it, I'm like, oh shit. It happened. It's Jesus. Literally, that's what Jesus did. There was this TikTok I watched coming from a writer. They talked about this one character. That character is actually the reason children, when they're first born, they don't.
Nah, honestly, I think past lives is definitely something real. For real. I think we all got a past life. This is definitely not our first time being here, you know. Some people just have, like, deep intuition, you know? Intelligence, like, so yeah, I agree.
Everyone, did you know that Coca-Cola contains this stuff?
This is crazy. That's sick. You drink that.
This goopy, oily looking stuff is called phosphoric acid.
That is
and
sick.
phosphoric acid is a rock that's mined using sulfuric acid. If you get this stuff on your skin, it burns like hell. It's a corrosive. It rusts away metal. I mean, we got stuff that's metal here that rusts away. We use a lot of stainless, and it still rusts away the stainless. They put this in sodas, and we are consuming this stuff. It's a corrosive. We ship it out in rail cars and trucks with a label on it that's stating that it is a dangerous product. So why are we consuming it? I mean, it's not needed at all. Just think of what it's doing to your teeth and your inside. Everyone, did you know that Coca-Cola contains this stuff?
Would you think it's safe to say that if you know how to self-heal, you can actually eradicate the whole concept of having a therapist and having doctors?
4 weeks.
You think so?
I know so.
In any capacity, like we're talking cancers, we're talking diseases, we're talking addictions, things that people say that you need years, you would safely say that?
4 weeks, 4 to 7 weeks max. Here's how it works. Most people I work with, unfortunately, have been sexually abused before the age of 4. Most of those people are their parents. Imagine being raped by your father. You're holding all of this trauma in your memory cells and in your system. That's how you start life. Of course, if you don't take care of that, it's going to manifest into a disease. Most people, autoimmune diseases, cancer, depression, addiction, all of that is because they haven't dealt with something emotionally. And I've worked with very many. I just actually helped somebody heal. She healed herself. It wasn't me. We always say that you're the healer. We empower you to heal yourself. Her tumor was so big at the beginning of our work, and with her scans and our program, with our process, which we call emotional mapping, and the proper diet, it's gone 3 weeks. The doctors are like, what are you doing? So everybody that has cancer or disease or anything recalls a memory from their past. And I'm like, how does it feel now into your system? Can you feel it? Yeah, it's a 10. Well, there you go. You're holding a 10 of anger and rage and disappointment and abused into your system still, and you're 40.
Would you think it's safe to say that if you know how to self-heal, you can actually eradicate the whole...
If you like hot dogs, this is going to help you. So check it out. These are the kind of hot dogs that we used to get just because, you know, they're cheap and for the family function or whatever. So, you know, but when I started paying attention to the ingredients, you'll notice the modified food starch, you'll notice the corn syrup, and then sodium nitrate, sodium phosphates, what's that word? Sodium etherobate. So what I did, I made a switch from these hot dogs, and I made a choice in a better direction. And I found these. And when you look at the ingredients, just look at the difference in the ingredients. These are natural words that you could understand. So making that switch actually helped me to lose weight. My name is Jabez. I was able to lose 100 pounds, still eating the foods that I love to eat. That was me in 2014. We've helped, been able to help thousands of people lose weight with this book, Life Matters, So Let's Eat Like It. I make it super easy to understand how you could lose the weight you want to lose while still eating the foods you love. We're doing a 4th of July sale, 50% off. If you want to grab a copy, feel free. I got the link underneath my profile picture. Prayers up, blessings up. If you like hot dogs, this is going to help you. So check it out. These are the kind of hot dogs that we used to get just because, they're cheap.
But remember, you all are already hybridized. You all have Anunnaki DNA in all of you. And the Anunnaki themselves were mixed, were hybridized. This is one of the reasons why you actually have so many different races on your planet. You all started out similarly, but as soon as you moved into different environments, the different extraterrestrial genetics mixing with the Homo erectus genetics within you, activated in different environments to be something similar to the planets that DNA came from. Make sense?
Yes.
But remember, you all are already hybridized. You all have Anunnaki DNA in all of you. And the Anunnaki themselves were mixed, were hybridized. This is one of the reasons why you actually have so many different races on your planet. You all started out similarly, but as soon as you moved into different environments, the different extraterrestrial genetics mixing with the Homo erectus genetics within you activated in different environments to be something similar to the planets that DNA came from. Make sense?
Yes.
But remember, you all...
Protein means nothing but a simple amino acid structure. That's what we need. We don't need proteins. Proteins are full of too many amino acid structures. So you have something called a simple amino acid structure, which is what we need. Then you have something called a complex amino acid structure, which the hydrochloric acid inside of our stomachs can't even break down. That's what you call protein. That's why if you look at protein overload diets, what you see gout. It's uric acid buildup. Yep. You see that? You start seeing toenail fungus. That's uric acid and carbonic acid buildup. So the reason why the protein myth have been pushed on us so much is because they make money, billions and trillions of dollars off of selling proteins. We have to realize that we have been lied to by the schools. And if you look at who own these medical colleges, it's the Rockefeller Foundation. Like for instance, if you go to Atlanta right now, you have Spelman. Right. Don't nobody Google who these, remember I was talking about names earlier? Yeah. Don't nobody Google who Spelman is. That's John D. Rockefeller's wife. That's what Spelman is. And then you start Googling Morehouse and all these different names. They go back to the pharmaceutical companies, these pharmaceutical giants. So who was pushing and teaching education of medicine and teaching us this periodic chart, this periodic table, teaching us the food pyramids? It was the pharmaceutical companies. Protein means nothing but a simple amino acid structure. That's what we need. We don't need protein.
There's extraterrestrial DNA on this planet. Oftentimes, these medical practitioners would see an ailment that looks crazy. They'll name it a condition, and y'all just say, oh no, that mermaids don't exist. That person just has syndactyl. They call this syndactyl. Doesn't that look just like that? Here's another example. They call this ichthyosis. If I'm pronouncing it incorrect, pardon me. But this is what they would deem a condition. You can clearly see that this is a reptilian. Here's another example of ichthyosis. Wow. Are you telling me that this is a condition? This is real. This isn't CGI or Photoshop. This is actual a being that they state has a condition, but we know that there is extraterrestrial DNA on this planet. Here's another one. This is referred to as Carpenter syndrome. These were actual extraterrestrial beings known as the Tyros. New York did mention these beings in the Holy Tablets. Historical data proves evidence of these beings' existence. And having 6 fingers and 6 toes is another extraterrestrial trait that's handed down by the Anunnaki. People are so gullible that as long as these doctors sit on a lofty throne as so-called quote-unquote the professionals, they can tell you something you know right in front of your face is just a condition. And you will say, oh no, that's not an extraterrestrial, that's actually so-and-so, whatever condition that these doctors deem. They make up a name of a condition and then you run with it, you will believe it. Planet Earth was a huge experiment. Okay, there's a lot of extraterrestrial DNA on this planet. All of us have extraterrestrial DNA in us, whether we want to believe it or not. Some more than others. There's extraterrestrial DNA on this planet.
This is where most of the trouble began, because all of this stuff that I've presented here, it's all been absorbed by the Catholic Church. They made a claim in 1302 in Unum Sanctum, written with blood on the skin of a kid. Do your homework about kid. We call our children kids. On the skin of a kid, and then they put it in their vaults. They curse it with their black magic, satanic black magic, and then guess what? There's no one around to challenge that claim. Subsequent to this papal bull, which says basically, you can check it out on Wikipedia, Unum Sanctum, the papal bull, it tells you that the Catholic Church basically put on that with blood, that they own the world, all the chattel, all the souls, all the titles of properties and everything, and that's that. And that's how they've been doing business with their Jesuit army ever since. And they turn up in court when you go to court and you think you're getting justice. It's a business. It's all corporate. Corporate monstrosity. And remember the word corpse, that's all it is. This is not a republic or anything like that or constitution. You have no rights, but remedies are coming.
If you want to understand what you are,
these angel numbers that people talk about today is mostly dealing with angels or angles. Somebody just took the term and flipped it. So what's really happening when we see 222, 333, 444, you know, and so on and so on, or even just 1111, right? What's happening is your higher self is sending you a message. It's sending you a code. It's letting you know to pay attention to something that's going on in your reality. It's just that simple. Now, when you look on these websites, you'll go to one website and 111 means one thing. Go to another website and 111 means something totally different. And I know because I've done the research. 111 doesn't mean everything from every book and every perspective of book. In one book, 111 or 211 means, or 222 means one thing. And then you go to this book, 222 means something else. So even these people that's coming out with these angel numbers, they don't even know what these things mean. Okay. So Brother Yusef is not saying that angel numbers are not real. I'm just saying that somebody took it and flipped it and put a new term on it and got you guys thinking that it's something new. And really, angel numbers are not really what they all cracked up to be. It's all numerology, right? So what would Brother Yusef do? Well, if I see 111, right, I'm going to break it down from a numerological standpoint. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, right? And we know that 3 deals with a creative energy, right? So your higher self may be telling you, based on these angel numbers that people talk about today.
That's crazy. He work too. Like, you look them up, and we have a different meanings when you go to a different website. One thing mean that, then the other one to mean something completely different. He right for real. It be like that.
This is a male Saiga antelope walking, and he notices females from a distance. The male's enormous nose filters out dust and warms up the cold air before reaching their lungs in the winter. But they also use it to impress the females. So he gets closer and starts shaking his big chunky nose in an effort to impress them, but the females are unimpressed. Undeterred, he resorts to chasing them, prompting the females to run away. When he doesn't find success this way, he puts a bush over his head to appear majestic and resumes his pursuit, but that scares them even more, and they run away faster than before. This is a male Saiga antelope walking, and he knows
if you understand vibrational frequencies and what triggers certain emotions, then you're good. Like Drake's mastered vibrational frequencies. That's why he has a specific beat, a specific tune, a specific flow. It's because he found a winning flow that just causes him to have hit after hit after hit after hit. There's a science behind it. It's not just, oh, this guy just sits in the lab and the song just cooks up and it's dope. No, there's a science behind virality. There's a science behind fame. Very few people are famous just by naturally becoming famous. A lot of people fabricate fame into existence. If you understand vibrational frequencies and what...
You got a point. He got a point, I'm not gonna lie. He might just be on to something for real. Cause, you know, everything has his little sciences behind it, you know. I agree. For real.
This is it right here. You have panic attack, anxiety disorder, mood disorder. This is it for you. This is nature's sedative. See it right here, so all I do, I pick up a leaf like this. Pick a leaf, make a tea, soothe your brain, get rid of the anxiety, get rid of the panic attack, put yourself to sleep naturally with a bamboo leaf tea. This is all you need, you know, and your nervous system correct itself. Yeah, man. This is it right here.
Yeah, man. That's dope though, like how we got like plants and stuff that can heal us from certain things and stuff like that. It's so cool, man. Like this, that's how you know we live on like a magical planet, for real, honestly.
There is no God in the sky, there is no devil in the ground. Understand that heaven and hell is states of the mind, states of being. You can be Satan and you can be a God. Your lower self versus your higher self. That's why the devil is always depicted red, because red is the lowest chakra, red is the lowest frequency. When you vibing negatively, you are vibing on a low frequency. And when you are vibing high in peace, prosperity, gratitude, you are vibing on a God-like frequency. There's no such thing as a reptilian. There's a metaphor for the reptilian part of the brain. Fight or flight. You gotta start understanding and overstanding. And it's God made flesh. And God is light. We were all born of the sun. We are light beings, meaning we are gods. We are gods, made in his image. A lot of people want to worship God instead of being a God. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You can be Satan or you can be a God, depending on the presence of good and evil within you. Let's get up. There is no God.
You came here to do your own specific thing. You came here to do your own shit. You ain't never noticed like some people, they're like the exact opposite of what their parents or their family is. A lot of people don't think about stuff like that. They just look at it like, oh, they disrespectful or oh, they this, oh, they that. It's not that. It's just that person came to do something different. Like some people may be born into extremely religious families, but they're nothing like that. They're spiritual as fuck, more open-minded. The family members around them may look at it like, oh man, they this, they that, they this, they that. When in actuality, that person just came to do something different. They didn't come here to just fall into the basic program. You came here to do your own specific thing. You came here to do your own shit. You ain't never noticed like some people, they're like the exact opposite of what their parents or their family is. A lot of people don't think about stuff like that. They just look at it like, oh, they disrespectful or oh, they this, oh, they that. It's not that. It's just that person came to do something different. Like some people may be born into extremely religious families, but they're nothing like that. They're spiritual as fuck, more open-minded.
You like that though? That's crazy. Like you had like, it's almost like you not even a part of that family for real. Like you come from somewhere else, you know. You would think like if you're spiritual and your mom would be spiritual, but nah, it don't be like that. It's crazy. But you know, everybody got their time, and you know, everyone's just different souls for real. So different souls just come into different families, I guess. Just say it like that.
To them that are without, all of these things are done in parable. So all is hidden. So everything in the Bible that is hidden in mysticism, what is Proverbs 1:6 says, wisdom is understanding the dark sayings, that's a cult. There's nothing wrong with it, a cult. It's hidden. And it's up to you, as Jesus says, to ask and seek and knock and find out the meaning of these things, but not sit with some maniac ranting and raving and telling you about fish swallowing people. Here's a story that people believe to this day, that a guy fell in the ocean, a fish swallowed him, he sat in the fish's intestines for 3 days, the fish puked, thank God, and out came an evangelist. And the guy gets out, repent, repent, certainly repent. The fish puked and threw this guy, he's covered with seaweed, walking up with a Bible in his hand, and that's what they believe. But when you're swallowed by the fish, you are encased in that which is the concept of the universal nature of God. And the universal nature of God is simply the universal nature of good and not violence. But religions will always stay the way they originated. They resist development because, you see, I loved what this guru said one time. And when you join a religious organization or a denomination, you reach a conclusion. And this guru said, once you've reached a conclusion, your journey is concluded. You'll never be able to hear truth. You'll never be able to believe anything. That if God himself comes down, you'll never be able to accept it because your church doesn't agree. My pastor doesn't agree. I can't believe this. No matter what. I can tell people about Adam and Adam. I can't believe that because God, my pastor said they ripped a rib out of Adam, and that's the way it has to be. You can't hear it. To them that are without, all of these things are done in parable.
We've had thousands of years of worshiping, and it's very lonely without a God, you understand what I'm saying, above you, whereas the God being a part of you in the force of the force that you are actually the agent carrying out God's work. So it's very lonely when you don't have something to bow down to. It's very lonely. So therefore, it's no different than moving out of the house the first time and be by your damn self. You move out with some friends, you can get through it. But by yourself, you move out of the house the first time. It's very lonely when you ain't got no, when your mom and daddy ain't around. When it's the same hierarchy when it comes to the God realm. You are now adults. You are now adults. And you don't supposed to pray to them, you supposed to demand. And you got to demand seriously, just like you ever got mad at a person? You know, you get mad and grit your doggone teeth? That's power. You see what I'm saying? You supposed to demand this and that happen, but don't demand on no bullshit because that's not what their energy is for. We've had thousands of years of worshiping. And
I don't drink milk. That shit nasty. It's meant for cows. They tell you it makes your bones stronger. No, it don't. It makes their bones stronger. They only told you it makes your bones stronger so they can sell something else to you from a cow. This is what happens to people when milk is a part of their daily routine. And none of this shit happens to the cow. You wanna know why? Because it's meant for the cow and not you. Who was the first person to discover milk and what was he doing? What possessed him to drink from the nipple of a cow? And y'all can't think about him crazy because you drinking milk too. If you can't drink human breast milk anymore, what makes you think you can drink cow breast milk? It just don't make sense. Everything I buy from the grocery store does not have milk or eggs or none of that shit in there. I created a do's and don'ts for grocery shopping. Comment real if you want to start making healthier choices whenever you grocery shop. I'ma send you my ebook. It shows you what you should do and what you shouldn't do when grocery shopping. At the end of the day, we gotta think about it like this. We gotta stop just following people blindly. Just cause they tell you milk is good for you. Ask those kinds of questions. Who was the first nigga to try this shit? And what kind of person was he? How do we even know milk is good for us? It's weird. I don't drink milk. That shit nasty.
How many of y'all drink milk? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Get a little cereal. I'm drinking a little milk, you know what I'm saying? Give me some Cocoa Puffs and turn it into the chocolate milk. Yo, we try that stuff. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. But I can't just drink regular milk though. I gotta get the almond milk. I'm getting that one. I can't just drink that. Y'all know that milk.
There are scientific studies. The first 10 years of your kid's life are the most impactful. You can literally trace back why people are the way they are to how they were raised the first 10 years. And a lot of it too has to do with the dad. The dad wasn't there, and so they have these wounds from not having a father, or their dad was abusive, and so they have wounds from that. The dad never told them they loved them or that they were proud of them, and so they're always trying to prove their dad wrong, even if they don't know it. I want dads especially to know, like, yo, you got to man up and be there for your kid, especially early. This is not, let's build the business while they're young so we can enjoy it later. The time is actually now to imprint on your kids. If I know that that age of life is so vital, I need to do everything possible to imprint on them the right things. I have the choice to do that, or the school system can do that. There are scientific studies. The first 10 years.
That sucks, man. Dads don't want to be dads, you know. Stuff. But hey, man, that's how it is. That's how it is. How it is for real. Oh wow, that was a slap right there. I ain't gonna lie.
The way we choose to see the world creates the world we see. You are the universe experiencing itself. This life is about pleasure and meaningful experiences that expand your mind. So design a life that resonates with your true self. Embrace your uniqueness and let it illuminate the world around you. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it's your responsibility to make it extraordinary. The way we choose to see the world creates the world we see.
Some of you have monitoring spirits that were sent into your life in order to trigger your trauma and destroy where God is trying to take you, which is exactly why you notice that some people will try to gather as much information about you in order to then use against you and even wish bad upon you so that you don't end up getting to where God is trying to take you. Because the moment that you start feeling and focusing on the pain is the moment that your mind becomes clouded and you no longer see the bigger picture. Some of you have monitoring spirits.
Why is it so important to grow your own food? What do you think they're doing to the food and that you had to grow your own?
They're contaminating the food. They're bioengineering the food. They're gene splicing the food. If you don't grow it, you can't trust it. What they're doing is they're genetically modifying the food, because when you eat genetically modified food, it genetically modify your DNA. The best way to control anybody is by the food, because food is essential for life. You got breatharianisms where these are brothers that eat once a year and they're thriving out here. What do? They spray insecticides, pesticides, herbicides all over the crops. Plane fly by every fucking day and drop chemtrails on the food. Well, he's spraying these coats around your fruits, saying it's preserving it more, but when you get into it, it's gene tampering technology in these appeal sprays.
Why is it so important to grow your own food? What do you think they're doing to the food?
If I could grow my own food, man, I'd be happy for real. That, like, man. Like, we really need to get to that point. Like, it's about to be 2025, man. We gotta grow our own food at this point, for real. The fruits will be messed up. You get a watermelon, it's doing all type of dances, it's just juice coming out. Like, come on, really? Like, it's really that time, y'all. We really gotta, if you haven't already, start doing your research on how to do that, for real.
You thought that hockey, that the puck was the only thing black in hockey. But guess what I got for you?
Oh my God.
Show us
Colored Hockey League, please. We need to show this.
It says here the Colored Hockey League was hockey's first organized league in 1895.
1895, black African Canadians created hockey. Show the photos, images. There's a book called Black Ice that this white dude wrote.
Yeah.
And it's the history that they hid in Canada. Black history. Black hockey players in the 1800s.
Crazy.
And they never said shit. It was in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia. Now, Nova Scotia, after the war, they had Africaville. Canadians created an Africaville. They don't have it anymore. They got rid of, they pushed Africans out because, a lot of people come out of Nova Scotia. Now, the first black hockey player that went to the NHL, to the Boston Bruins, was from Nova Scotia. His name was Willie O'Ree.
Okay.
Show Willie O'Ree real quick. Willie O'Ree was the first black player in hockey from Nova Scotia. The same area that black people discovered hockey, created hockey. Now, The Rock's father is from Nova Scotia. Wow. You thought that the puck was the only thing black in hockey. But guess what I got for you? Show us Colored Hockey League, please. We need to show this.
It says here.
I just watched a video about why Indian women cut their hair and what they used to do with the hair when they cut it. It was to get rid of all the bad things they were going through, experiencing, because it felt like it just brought all this bad energy to them. So they would cut their hair. And when they cut the hair off their heads, they would burn it until, check this out, they found out us like to wear that type of hair. So they decided, this is a video I seen now, okay? Don't jump down my back because I ain't rocking that hair anymore. This is all me and it grows fast. I have inches. But anyway, they started making the hair into wigs. And my people and, other people too started going crazy. They seen how much money they can make off this hair. So yeah, all that hair, beautiful hair, they would cut off their heads because they thought or felt like it brought bad energy. They made into wigs that you're now wearing on your head. That's why even with this, all this like frizz on top of my head, my hair needs to be tightened up. I just watched a video.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't, if I feel like I have bad energy on my hair or something, I wouldn't cut it. I'd probably just do a deep clean, Because this is it takes a long for your hair to grow, especially my hair. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a while, so I don't know about all that cutting off. I probably wouldn't do that. I just do a deep clean, and I'm pretty sure that would work too, right? A deep clean.
To practice semen retention for long periods of time, you want to keep your body cool. Semen is fire element. S3X energy is fire, passion. And so therefore, we want to keep our passion cool, not destroy our passion, not suppress our passion. This is not about suppression. It's about controlled expression, expressing your creativity, your passion, the things that you want to go after in life. You need that fire to do that. If you're depleting your fire over a screen or over some, Haktua girl or something like this, like people are going nuts over, you're essentially depleting your passion, your fire, your creative power for the things that are important to you. What's important to you? Increasing your wealth, increasing your love, having a loving relationship, being a leader, developing yourself as a man, knowing God. Semen retention requires coolness. To practice semen retention for long periods of time.
Just shut the fuck up. If you're not gonna work, if you're not gonna help, do not complain about what ain't happening. Because you could be doing that. Just shut the fuck up. If you're not gonna work.
He meant that. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny.
The most important lessons that you can learn about spirituality from X. Listen. So if you don't know, he was very spiritual and he read a lot of books about the occult, spirituality, and just personal development, right? There's even a video of his mom breaking down the collection of books of spirituality that he had. So first, realizing that everything is energy, and you got to screenshot this Tesla quote. Just trust me on this. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to say a lot of things in here that I go into way more depth on my free community, the Cato Click. First, let me ask you a question. When's the last time that you woke up really excited, purposefully programming yourself to be grateful for life? When you look at these expansive, higher emotions, these are all love, joy, gratitude, positive emotions. Down here is closer to survival. So we have all these emotions for a reason. But when is the last time you woke up and purposefully programmed yourself to feel the emotion of gratitude? When is it? When you program yourself to feel it and actually feel the emotion, that's the energy that you're sending out. You're depositing that energy, no matter what it is. That's what you're vibing at. That's what you're radiating at, that energy. And this Tesla quote literally says that. Your emotion, that's what you're at. If you're angry, you're on a lower, depressed, angry, shameful vibe. Those are lower emotions. It's clear as day. When you feel light and happy, those are positive emotions. I'm telling you, you got to join the Cato Click before it goes paid. It's my community. You're
Jabez Mango Seeds checking in. Look at what we got right here. We got some gigantic, look at the size of this jackfruit. If you didn't know, jackfruit is actually the fruit that make juicy fruit gum. If you ever tasted it. When it get ripe, that's what it tastes like. But before it's ripe, like this one is green and it ain't, like notice this one it's kind of soft. This one's ripe. This one's not all the way ripe yet. When it's this way, you can grab it. Look at this, look at that. You can grab it and you could actually make like, it tastes like chicken. You can make it taste like chicken, like pulled pork. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook this thing and I'll put you up on it. But in the meantime and in between time, there's all type of seeds in here. I'm gonna grow some more jackfruit trees like this. And let me know in the comments if you know about this jackfruit. Prayers up, blessings up. Jabez Mango Seeds checking in.
All the souls that were alive during Atlantis are alive right now on the planet. It explains all the craziness and the pure evil we see out there. So during Atlantis, the initiation process of evolution was to go from using external means of power and connection, right? All the crystal technologies we heard about from back then. And to start developing the inner spiritual self. They didn't want to do that. So they tried to splice DNA and make themselves immortal because they did not want to pass the test and do the inner work. Now we see the same thing happening on the planet, right? The obsession with the God particle, the obsession with developing technology is out of control to eradicate anything organic, to loop us back into an old time cycle of development. So this explains everything going on the planet. We're in the stage where we are at the most material. We are meant to crystallize ourselves at the mineral level, which is becoming a crystal body. So what ascension is all about. Now, many don't want to do that. They are trying to hijack and bypass this creation itself, the evolutionary process. Join my course, Ascension Magic. It's on sale for hundreds of topics to fully...
I'm not into religion. I'm into spirituality. I believe there's a God, but I do not believe in any religion whatsoever because I believe religion is dogma and that religion is all about divide and conquer, and it robs you from being who you truly are, understanding the power is already inside of you. Instead of that, you rely on outside sources and you keep begging and hoping and wishing and relinquishing your power to outside versus going inside and realizing the true power that's already inside of you. I'm not into religion. I'm into spirituality.
Indeed, man. And I would say don't push your beliefs on to other people, you know. Just let them believe what they want to believe, you know. And if it bothers you, it shouldn't. Because you have your belief, you know. And you wouldn't want nobody putting their belief onto you. So that's how I look at it. But let people, you know, let people be in their own world. Let them just be them, you know, and you just be you. That's how I see it.
So we just discovered another monolith. This one is in Las Vegas. This was the last one we seen, and it was back in 2020. The 8-foot tall hollow metal structure that mysteriously appeared in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere, unexplainably. But these aren't the only monoliths. This one was in Romania. This one was in California. And this one was in Turkey. This one has strange letters on it, and I haven't been able to translate it. So my question is, who is putting these there? What are they made of? What is the purpose? And how did it get put out there? Because the locations of all of these monoliths are far away from roads, and they are in places that cars can't go. And this is a big ass structure. In 2020, whenever we seen this one, it seemed like everything turned up. The pandemic, wars, all that shit. So I'm wondering, is this gonna start some crazy shit like it did in 2020? Or is it just something that's interesting for us to talk about? I don't know. It's mysterious. No one can explain it. They ain't been able to explain the last few. So, yeah. Follow me for more and turn on my post notifications. So we just discovered another monolith.
So that's a strange phenomenon where people are seeing two suns that's in the sky. And you know, some people say that this is a reflection off of the dome, but why are we just now starting to see this? The dome has been there forever, but the two suns have not. Like, what's really going on? And some people are calling the planet X or planet Nibiru. It's in our orbit. And people got other strange theories about this mysterious planet. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on, but what I can tell you is this is most definitely 1,000% a mystery. And we definitely in some strange times where we're gonna see some strange things start to happen, bro. And am I tripping, or did people recently start to see these two suns? Like, seriously. And I would even go far as to say it was around 2020, 2019 when we started to see this start to happen. But what does this mean? Y'all let me know what y'all think about people seeing multiple suns in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned.
Did you know that most of the holidays or the holy days that are celebrated in society pretty much have to do with celestial bodies and cosmological events? Let me give you an example. The 4th of July. Did you know that the 4th of July is connected to the brightest star in all the heavens, the Sirius star? The Sirius star is also known as the spiritual sun or the hidden sun or the black sun. But during this time of the 4th of July is when there's a major spiritual alignment that occurs in the skies. So it's not a coincidence at all that we are celebrating America's independence on this time, because the Sirius star is connected to liberation. So now is the time for you to spiritually liberate.
I'm gonna skip this. She's on some real stuff, but man, they gonna get me covered, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Drinking Fiji water is no longer safe. They just recalled over 78,000 cases, which is about 2 million bottles in total. And the reason why is because they found manganese and bacteria inside of it. Excessive exposure to manganese can cause damage to your lungs, liver, and kidneys. And that's not even all, bruh. This can also cause insomnia, depression, loss of appetite, weakness, headaches, muscle spasms. Bro, what are they trying to do to us? And I always felt like Fiji had a strange aftertaste. Leave a like if you know what I'm talking about.
The affected bottles were distributed in Washington state and sold nationwide online. Customers are advised not to drink the water and return it for a full refund.
So if you have a Fiji bottle, bro, go ahead and return that shit. And I recommend drinking Mountain Valley spring water. And if you can't get that, Evian for sure. But let me know in the comment section which water you drink. And hit follow because I'm dropping videos like this every single day. Love y'all, man. Stay conscious. Drinking Fiji water.
Now the world done ended. And your ops a plumber. And he done made a triple beam motherfucking bow and arrow shotgun. It's up. Come here, let me holler at you real quick. Boom! Now the world done ended, and your ops a plumber.
That's crazy right there. That's a weapon right there, for real. That is a weapon.
I need y'all to come here and listen, because this morning it was an astrologist influencer who pushed her kid out of a moving car and poked her partner multiple times, leaving blood all over the house, and was allegedly disturbed by the solar eclipse. It's a lot that's going on the surface level, but what's going on with what we can't see? She was talking about spiritual warfare and having your hearts in the right places. You better pick a side and stay strong.
And also saying stuff like, wake up because the apocalypse is here. Everyone who has ears, listen. And watch how people downplay this and call this spiritual psychosis, instead of calling it what it really is, which is a spiritual attack. Yeah, she was playing with certain stuff that she really didn't understand. Let me show y'all what I mean. This is the fallen angel that taught men astrology. This coming straight out the book of Enoch chapter 8. And if you in the New Age spiritual community, I advise y'all to read this. Y'all gotta know everything y'all see on the internet ain't to be played with. Now this is a sad case. I'm gonna pray for her family that they find some healing. And And if y'all been playing with this stuff too, y'all better start repenting and closing the gates before it's time to collect. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yes.
Well, the remedy for that, the cure for that, is to be yourself. Because being sick and tired only comes when you're trying to be someone you're not.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Let the tears flow, because when you change your belief, a lot of the belief systems that you have held on to always have to develop a physical component, a chemical component in your body to match what it is you've been holding on to. So when you're willing to let go of a belief, the chemical constituents have to wash themselves out of your body too, and that happens more often than not than through your tears. So let it flow. Feel the relief. Tears of relief. Tears of release.
I've been doing that a lot this month, so thank you.
Be yourself. That's the only thing you actually can be anyway. So you might as well just be yourself as soon as possible, because anything else is too much of a struggle. You can't be something you're not, no matter how hard you try. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yes.
We shouldn't be eating garlic because garlic is a poison. And so garlic has a
Imagine a world where instead of kicking our children out when they're 18, they come to work with us in our family business. And then when they get married, we give them a house so they don't have a mortgage and a family business so they don't have to find a job. And then we teach them an aspect of the family business so that when we die, instead of just giving them money, we give them a mindset, we give them a skill set, we give them a tool set that they can perpetuate the family's wealth instead of decimating the family's wealth. See, we want our children to leave when they're 18. You know why? Because we're Americans. But the Bible says that then shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. So biblically, a person leaves home when they get married. Oh, you mean I have to put up with them for that anymore? The reason you have to put up with them is because you didn't train them up. If you train them up, you don't have to put up with them. But imagine that as a world where your children don't have to start from scratch. Imagine if your parents would have set you up so you didn't have to start from scratch. Imagine how much further ahead you'd be. Well, guess what? As my good friend Dr. Sonia always says, you may not come from a wealthy family, but a wealthy family should come from you. Imagine a world where instead of kicking our children out when they're very true.
They actually did a study on a child's brain, adolescent's brain, after they got done playing 2 hours of a video game. And they compared their brain to an alcoholic's brain.
Yeah.
And it was the same.
What?
Yes, it was the same.
Really? From video games?
Yes. Our brains have not adapted for the amount of stimulus that these pads and these screens and these games are throwing at us.
I could see that because I took a 5-year break from video games,
Yeah.
and the day I came back, I felt like I was so high because all that adrenaline or whatever just like shooting in my head. I literally felt like I was high. Like,
Yeah. I mean, our dopamine receptors these days are getting they're getting overrun and just worn down.
Yeah.
So it takes more and more and more stimulus for people to become happy. They actually did a study on a child's brain, adolescent's.
3 ways to raise your vibrations. Number 1 is grounding. Grounding helps remove toxic energy from your body and replace it with natural electrons that comes from the earth. So go outside and get that free energy. 2 is meditating. Meditating releases stress, lowers blood pressure, and balances your energy overall, help you sleep better. 3rd is listening to solfeggio frequencies. You can hear these frequencies right now with the link in my bio. It has all the frequencies down to attracting money, sleeping better, and just getting a nice peace in your energy. Peace.
I don't think we think enough about what we're eating, what we're really eating, what we're really ingesting. We don't give enough thought to it. I used to think everything sold in the supermarket, because of all of our governmental agencies that's supposed to have our back. I used to think everything, if it's sold in the supermarket, it's okay to eat. I really thought that way. Do you know how many of us think that way?
Most people, or if they think about it at all.
Think about it at all. Thank you very much. I have a lot of belief in eating food live. I know that is the best food for me to grab hold to, because I know that every time I'm cooking something to certain temperatures, I'm killing the life in that food. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. So I would explain to people, I put a salad on your plate so you have some life on your plate, but it'll take you away from clogged arteries and some of the horrible diseases we're faced with today. I don't think we think enough about what we're eating.
Sometimes you don't want to think, you just be hungry. For real. You just be hungry. You just like, man, I'm about to eat that. especially like watching videos and stuff like that, like health. Sometimes he's just gonna indulge in it. It be like that, man. You know, but at least try to detox. You know, try not to overindulge. That's all I say.
What maturing really is, you stop telling people everything. You realize most people don't care and some secretly want you to fail. You start to choose your friends wisely. You understand that you're a result of the people you hang around. If you hang around 4 stoners, you'll become the 5th. 3, expect nothing and appreciate everything. You disconnect your emotions from the outcomes of life. You understand life not gonna go your way. So you start being grateful for the things that do. Number 4, you do your best and trust the process. You know, as long as you're optimistic, patient, and consistent, you're gonna be alright. You start focusing on controlling yourself and not other people. A part of you lets go of trying to focus on things you can't control. So that actually gives you more control on the things that you do have access to. And number 6, you learn to react less. When you control your reactions, nobody can manipulate you. Because most people just want a reaction out of you. Over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to be mentoring a handful of my supporters. You'll have personal contact with me and I'll be teaching you everything you want to know. And all of this right here. DM me the word matrix to secure your spot because there's only 5 spots left. We're maturing.
This is how you steal people's energy to make a better life for yourself. This is exactly what celebrities do and politicians do. When you do this, you're going to be on a more positive vibe. You're going to be blessed. Good things will happen to you. Now, the first step is you're going to worship Satan. I'm just joking. That's not really what it is. Now, the truth is that what you focus on will grow. Most people go throughout life always looking for the external, and this is going to screw you up in a number of different ways. When you depend on the external for your own validation, you're gone all ways wrong. Now, imagine this. All of your energy and all your focus is like water in a bucket. When you fill up that bucket, things start to get better. Your life starts to get better. However, when you start focusing on external things and things that you cannot control and that have nothing to do with your life's purpose and your life's mission, all of these things poke holes in your bucket. Now, what you don't know is how to fill up that bucket without any holes. When you remember that the water in this analogy is energy, this is how you're going to use other people's energy to fill up your bucket. When the bucket gets full, your life gets better. The abundance of blessings start coming when the bucket gets full. One of the quickest ways to poke holes in your bucket is wasting hours and hours on these apps. Now, think about the opposite. Here's your solution. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm using other people's energy to fill up my bucket. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Now, in order to have people willingly pour more energy of theirs into your bucket, you have to remember this rule: provide massive value to them. Remember, money, currency, is energy as well. And this is how you steal people's energy to make a better life for yourself. This is exactly what celebrities do and politicians do. When you do this, you're going to be...
The internet is mad at Sam's Club for selling us fake fruit. And it's all because of this video. Watch. So people are claiming because of this video alone that Sam's Club is manufacturing fruit and selling it to us, but it's not actually fruit. But what else could it be? Some people are saying that it's bugs. I'm serious. Some people are saying that it's meat. And some people are saying that it is fruit, but run through a 3D printer. I don't know how that's even possible, but that's what they're saying about this fruit. Now, there are 3D printed meats. So I think that they're thinking now that instead of 3D printing meats, they could do it with fruits and vegetables. And that Sam's Club is actually selling us this instead of the real fruits and vegetables. But what do you guys think about this situation? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and follow. And this is your Bald News Back.
I'm not gonna lie, I really hate when I get a bad food. It really ticks me off. I'm not gonna lie, man. I know y'all be feeling the same way. Like it make you feel it's like it lower your vibration almost. Like you be ready to crash out. Like you know, for real.
If you don't watch the things you eat will soon eat you. What you eat will determine how you live, how you behave, how you even relate to you. The African have a saying, an angry heart devours its owner. So you better have a good heart for you to live long. So the goal is what? Internal peace. But to reach the goal, we have to eat right. If you don't watch the things...
When you get a parking ticket, you pay it, right?
Correct.
Why?
Because that's what you have to do.
What happens if you don't pay it?
You get in trouble, you lose your license, you get your license suspended, all that stuff.
What happens if you keep driving?
Eventually, they'll find out and you'll get your license suspended. You go to jail.
How are they going to make you go to jail if you say no?
They're going to forcefully...
Violence. So why do you pay the parking ticket?
So there's no violence that happens to me.
Correct. There's not a single law, there's not a single regulation, there's not a single construct on this planet which is not backed by a threat of violence. Anyone who cannot fight or defend themselves can't really have an opinion or a point of view, Aiden. When you get a parking ticket, you pay it, right?
Correct.
Why?
So who knew y'all TV could be hacked and could be recording y'all?
But with this hack, your TV can watch you. Show us how that works.
Can watch you.
So one of the things that we were able to do with the Smart TV platform was actually abuse the browser to the extent that we could actually gain access to the camera that's built into the TV.
Smart TVs
and so what
have
we
cameras?
can prove here is that with a little bit of extra code, we can turn the camera on in your browser.
Wow.
And while this is evident to you right here because we've designed it that way, this is something that we can do invisibly and actually have the camera running behind the web page that you're looking at.
So what this means is I could be sitting here watching TV from my bedroom, and you could be anywhere in the world looking at this image of me watching.
Yep, I could be sitting on a laptop in a cafe in Paris, and as long as I have a network connection, I'd be able to get into your TV and access the camera.
First of all, why is this my first time knowing that a smart TV has a camera in it? Second off, what does my smart TV need a camera for? Third, why isn't this more talked about? And if y'all didn't know, this video's old, so that means smart TVs done got way smarter. Yeah, just something to think about. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video.
How many of y'all got smart TVs?
This is going to blow your mind. If you hook up a synth to a tree, it actually makes noise. And listen to this. The noise is harmonious. It's actually kind of like music. It's not just random noises. It's all in sync.
That tree gotta be at least 1,000 years old.
This is going to blow your mind. If you hook up...
When Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is within,
you are all that is. Everything you need is accessible within yourself. All information, all energy, all knowledge, because you are an aspect of creation, an aspect of God. You understand?
Yes.
So everything you need is accessible within your own consciousness, within your own framework. And that the outside, what you call the outside, is just an illusion. So he was reminding you that the outside is nothing but a reflection. Everything actually is accessed from within. Outside is nothing more than a reflection in a mirror. When you look at a reflection in a glass mirror and you see your face in that mirror, if your reflection is frowning, you don't go over to the reflection in the mirror and attempt to make the reflection smile. You must change the smile on your face. You must change within. But when you do, the reflection will also smile back.
Yes.
That is what is meant by that.
Okay.
You understand?
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
When Jesus says the kingdom of...
Was the internet created by the devil?
Tech. Knowledge is the mark of the beast. It's very simple. What? It says in the Bible, an intelligent man will know the number of man is 666. For whatever reason, humanity wants to believe that the only language that ever existed was the English language. There were a lot of languages that existed long before English. And numbers were invented late in the game of life and literature. Okay. It was all symbols, especially coming from Kemet, Egypt. The number 6, the symbol for it, in Latin numerology, is double. What did we used to have to type before they started making it a ghost so you didn't have to acknowledge you were writing 666, 666, 666, 666 all day, all night? What is it? No, that's the acronym we gave it. That's the acronym we gave it. It never had a name. Wow. It was just www. Somebody invented that World Wide Web shit. Anybody could put a name on something. Why don't?
Was the internet created by the devil?
I just remember because it used to be like www and then whatever address it was, you know. It still got it to this day. www, like that's crazy. And then it have a what is it, acronym? Damn. So I guess the WW represents the 666. Damn.
I've seen it in the ER. Like, I've seen somebody had a heart attack. No, they had a stroke. And then the family member goes to Church's Chicken and brings him a box of chicken.
No way.
And guess where he had the stroke at? In the parking lot.
A Church's Chicken?
Of Church's Chicken. They had a Wednesday special where you get like 4 pieces for like $2.99 or something like
That's
that.
a damn good special.
Listen, he went on break,
right?
Was eating it in the car, had a stroke, and they found him. And so to surprise him, they went and got the Church's Chicken and brought it to the damn ER.
See, people just don't know. They probably didn't even attribute the stroke to the Church's Chicken.
Totally disconnected.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was probably his celebratory, God saved my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to destroy it. With
And you know, he probably prayed over the food too.
Yeah.
Probably prayed.
Look at God.
You laughing.
No,
he's right
true.
though. That is sick.
People will pray over their poison. I've seen it.
Pray over their poison. Do y'all hear that? Man, that's crazy. They really doing that. Alright, y'all. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You already know we're gonna keep these videos coming each and every day. Alright. Peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Make sure you take care of yourself and get outside in that sun, y'all. Get outside in that sun. Cause I know it's been hot too. Been hot. But yeah. I feel like there's hope in my hair a little bit. But yeah. But anyway, all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.